tone. We will be 30 seconds away. Nine, 8, 7, 6.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
All the things we used to meet women through, like clubs. We used to meet them through friends, through school, through church.
Don't forget groupies. Damn it. I was telling you, groupies were my bread and butter. I mean, you know how many oral sessions I got?
That was my game as well back in the day.
My God, I had girls waiting for the station for Metallica tickets that would give me oral for 10 minutes. I mean,
weren't you a roadie?
No, I was a radio personality at night, and I could have, oh man, you don't even believe what things I went through. Oh my God, I could write a book. Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge
Broadcast
show.
rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of your listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is strictly prohibited.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. We having issues with the stream? Oh, there we go. Blitz, were you having a little bit of issues getting us fired up?
I was working on a couple things.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Bubba.
Hello, Anna.
Hi.
You look good.
No, I look like I hate it. For those that just are signing on or maybe watching us, well, for those that cannot visually see us, which we probably need to, really maybe start sucking some of that D a little bit better,
Running with the weed whacker snake, it looks like.
Yeah, it was very much sponsored by Manscaped yesterday. I took my Manscaped 4.0 lawnmower trimmer lummy and took it all down pretty much.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then I clean shaved, and then I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do?
Oh.
But listen, it'll grow back. It makes me look fatter, but it makes me look a little younger.
It does.
I think that's kind of the offset.
The trade-off.
Thank you, Anna. You by all means would probably have the most expert opinion because you're a girl.
Yes,
and
I
you're
would.
wired to like men's. Not that you like me, but you can give me you can give me.
I have eyeballs.
Right, and a very sometimes brutally honest opinion.
Yes.
So I think I do look younger, but I think I look fatter. I think that's
a little. Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the Todd Saddam look?
No.
No goatee.
This is
Todd
just the
Zidane.
Bubba.
Todd Zidane has long beard.
Right.
Yeah, Todd
Right.
Saddam needs a turban and a burqa and all that kind of thing.
Turban and a burqa.
Yes, sure.
Sure, Todd Zidane. So yesterday I went through my regiment and I just couldn't go to sleep. So then when you can't go to sleep and you should
You
be
double
sleeping,
up.
Yeah,
well, no, you don't double
shave.
up, but you get the crazies about 30 minutes before your medicine's going to kick in. You kind of get the crazies where you maybe think or do.
More than normal?
Yeah, more than normal.
Okay.
If it's not working, if it's not, it doesn't hit you the way it usually hits you.
Is it because you ate too late?
No, I don't think so.
You're just building a tolerance, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
T-shirt, well, 1,500 bits.
Any little thing could throw you off. So I got thrown off yesterday. Not looking at Tourette's TikTok videos, but I just got thrown off. And so about 6:15, where I should have been, really, really almost asleep, I'm wide awake. Well, what I thought was wide awake. And so that's sometimes, Blitz, when you'll go out and kind of maybe eat and do some stuff that you don't remember, even the next day. Like that last 15 or 18 minutes on Ambien, a lot of times you don't remember the next day. I've heard
many a story about sleepwalking, sleep eating, sleep driving.
I think I sleep shaved, okay?
Oh.
So I got up and my little goatee gimmick was itching, and I'm itching it, and I'm like, man, it would probably, and I start overthinking it completely. I'm like, it would probably be healthy to get all this off, really, really scrub my face with like an exfoliate kind of deal. Because I felt like I had like a little ingrown hair right here kind of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, shave it all off and then really exfoliate my skin, my gorilla skin. And then if I don't like it, then grow it back. Well, then I started remembering, I remember when my dad, the infamous Doug Clem, he always had a mustache. Because, it's just back in the 70s.
That's what my dad did. My dad always had a mustache.
Yeah, well,
and he shaved one time.
Yeah, one time, and the entire family was completely disrupted. We're like, oh my God.
That's what your face looks like?
Like, are you sick? Are you okay? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I think, where's Dad?
Yeah.
I don't like this new guy. Well, maybe that's probably what, maybe now people are looking at me clean shaven. How long did I go with the goatee? Do you have that in the drop?
You started the goatee right around the hat rule. I believe it was 2 to 3 days before you said no more hats because you want to start. You started doing your hair.
You have that date written down.
Yes.
I want to say it was probably like last November, December.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure Chad is not being very friendly. I'm looking at all of it. Yes,
don't look at it.
I look fatter, but I look a little younger, and you don't
look a lot younger actually,
and you don't like it. But here's the thing: I could either continue to try to lose weight and not have to grow the goatee back, right? That's kind of like a little incentive as well.
Sure.
Because I know I look fat. Jeffrey Dahmer's chubby brother.
Okay, that's right.
Now, mind you,
the glasses.
But here's the deal. Mind you, like prior to me growing my goatee, Blitz, I was a clean shaven dude. Like I was just like, it's not like
Yeah, people shouldn't be like used to seeing you only with that.
Like through your entire career, right? You were clean shaven.
January 23rd, 2022. No hats anymore.
Hold on, of 2022.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was probably like November, December when you started doing goatee.
It was a little bit before the no hats because you started doing your hair.
All right, so it's a little less than a year ago.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So I had it for about a year. Are you sure I didn't have it for longer?
Yes.
No, yeah. Because you were still going through the shark. Was it black shark tip or whatever?
On the reef.
On the reef.
On the reef. All right.
Yeah, because I remember when you first started growing it too, you were like, I don't know if I like it or not. Like you talked a few weeks about maybe shaving it off
or dyeing it.
Yeah. Well, I don't got it anymore, and so I'm shaving it off. Then I shave it all off, and then I take like this exfol. I got some of this exfoliating clean that has like peach seeds or
like some sort of thing that scrubs.
Yeah, I forget
pumice or charcoal or something.
And it's like little
beads,
little mini grit sandpaper on your face.
Yeah.
So I put that all in that area, all over my face, and then I just really I took a wash rag and I really just scrubbed it, and then I shaved.
Probably felt really good.
Oh, it feels really nice. It does. It just
breathe better.
It just feels better. I know it looks horrible, and so I'm sorry. But I'm going to say I did go to the doctor yesterday.
How'd that go?
Oh.
I thought I had my result. My levels were all over the place.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's still saying that I'm not getting enough iron, which I don't understand because I give blood to decrease my iron.
Oh,
my hemoglobin.
There's
two different parts. There's the actual iron in your body, and then there's the red blood cells, hemoglobin. I'm good on the hemoglobin.
I thought it was the platelets. Is the iron in the platelets or something?
No, I don't know. But
Plasma?
I just know.
Excuse me, plasma.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
No, I don't think I'm giving plasma.
All right.
But I donate double red blood cells because my blood's too thick and it has too much iron in it. But I guess that's different than your body iron count.
Let's see.
And so my body iron count is low. And I've been taking iron pills, but it doesn't seem to be, working.
I knew someone that was low on iron, and they took the pills, and their doctor said the pills don't really do much. But
yeah. She said, actually, you just need to eat more of an iron-based diet.
Yeah.
Is what she said.
Yep.
My doctor. And by the way, my doctor's the best. Like I'm a little low on DHEA. Is that what it is? DEH. It's
DHEA?
Yeah. Blitz, you're supposed to be right there to fill it in when you
well,
know.
I haven't seen your results. I'm sorry.
I know, but when I was stumbling around DHEA,
there's a few of those.
I know, but usually you know it all.
Yes.
Like CoQ10 or something.
Yeah.
You are part of the one of the risk factor groups that have low iron. Women, infants and children, vegetarians, and frequent blood donors.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, but I'm donating the blood to get rid of
too much iron.
The bad iron. I guess you know what? I'm getting rid of the bad iron because whatever, and I'm not absorbing enough good iron. The iron that I absorb is low, and the iron that my body makes is high. I think. I don't know.
I'm looking for foods that are rich in iron that you may like eating.
But she put me on an additional. She wants me to take 500 milligrams of salt. Like, this isn't prescription stuff. This is, over
the counter.
Yeah. She wants me to continue my omega-3 fish oil.
Yeah,
a little.
Good.
She said a little bit more than I'm taking now because she didn't like my levels. My levels are right here. And she wants me to take an additional 500. She wants me to start on saw palmetto.
Okay.
She wants me to. I don't have enough folic acid or B12.
Huh.
So she's got me doing some folic acid and B12. And again, Anna, this is probably, the fact that I don't eat a lot of vegetables and things like that.
Probably.
I probably don't eat near enough greens.
Yeah, greens have a lot of iron, it looks like.
Right.
Especially spinach.
But again, isn't it good that I go and do this every 3 months because she can kind of dial,
Well, you started giving blood because your iron levels were too high.
Right.
Well, now that you've given blood, 800 gallons of it or whatever.
Enough to fill a tanker.
Maybe you don't need to give blood as much anymore.
No, I think I do.
Oh. Okay.
But
because if your iron levels are low now.
But they're not low on the blood part of the iron. They're low on the body absorption part of the iron. They break it down a little bit.
Huh.
Like here's it doesn't make sense. For instance, iron total. The normal gauge is between you're supposed to be between 50 and 100, and I'm 30.
What, milliliters or something? Or
whatever.
Deciliters?
Yeah, it's the printing's kind of light here, but
okay.
So I'm 20 whatever's. Again, normal's 50 to 100, and I'm 30. But the next category down, it says iron binding capacity, and I'm high on that. The range is 250 to 425, and I'm 535. But then it says percent of saturation, and the normal is 20 to 50, and I'm 6.
Yeah.
And then ferritin, on ferritin.
I did see that. That's I guess where the iron is stored at.
Right.
What it's stored as.
It's the normal level is 38 to 400, and I'm 8. So, it's like Blitz. The blood part of my iron, if this makes sense, is too much, and I guess my iron intake or how my body absorbs iron is not good enough.
Yeah, ferritin is a protein inside your cells that stores the iron.
Right. So it looks like I have a little funky iron issue going on.
An iron caper.
Which I don't know what that means.
We need Dan.
And then LDL cholesterol, I was a little bit high. I was 130. I don't know what.
That's the bad?
Yeah.
And then HDL?
My HDL total cholesterol was 199, which is if you're below 200, I'm right there. And all this is diet. This is just, less.
Yep.
noodles and more celery.
Genetics play a big factor with cholesterol, but also majorly lifestyle as well.
I was. I think here. What else I got here?
What about your hormonies?
Oh, my sex hormone binding.
SHBG.
Right, which 22 to 77 is the norm. I was 21, so technically I was low, but I'm 1 point. And, she...
Probably need more tea.
Is that what that is?
No, I don't know.
More testosterone?
No.
No, I'm good on that.
No.
Trust me.
No, don't.
But I'm Blitz, so I'm good on total testosterone, but I'm high on free testosterone.
Okay.
So I don't know. She broke it all down, and I'm
Was it your DHEA or your DHT you were low on?
DHEA.
Okay.
Sulfate. DHEA sulfate. I was a 49, and you're supposed to be between 32 and 40. No, I'm sorry. Looks like I'm pretty normal there, actually.
Oh, there you go.
She said she wanted me to take a little more of it. So, hopefully, my double chin and my clean shavenness will look less fat and more young as I try to adjust my diet a little bit and but you know what? I think it's good that I keep up on it. A lot of people don't.
I weighed myself before I shaved. After I shaved, I lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah, I lost a half a pound.
There you go.
4 ounces. But I mean,
do you think it will hold you more accountable?
What?
Because you don't want, the gob to come back in full force. Like if you have a clean shaven face, it will hold you more accountable.
It's really that bad, huh?
No, I'm asking you.
I mean, wow, you're really driving it home how bad it looks.
No, it doesn't look bad. I even told you it looks a lot better than it did last year. You're about what, 20, 30 pounds lighter?
20.
Okay.
But I'm probably 20 pounds lighter, but I'm a little bit more solid too. Like,
and your hair looks better, and your skin looks better. Everything just looks better.
Yeah, well, I'm right in the middle of a niacin meltdown right now. So please, I have a hue of red about myself that will calm down here in the next 30. I look less sunburned. I look less sunburned.
Niacin makes you look flushed.
Oh yeah, especially as much as I take.
I believe it.
I take 500 milligrams.
Yeah, some people refuse to take some pills because of the flush. They hate it.
Yeah, but not me. I like flush me up, bitch. Blitz, I feel if I'm flushing, I'm doing something.
Okay.
Huh.
I mean, right?
I get that, but some people they hate it.
I know, but I think that if I'm flushing because of my high niacin, then I'm doing what I'm trying to do, and that's it tries to help circulate your blood and for your heart.
Used by your body to turn food into energy.
Yeah. Listen, I got I got it dialed in pretty good.
Huh.
So, but the one thing, when you're lifting weights and listen I know that I'm not trying to lift weights to lose weight. Okay?
No, I know.
I'm not trying to do. A lot of people lift weights.
Exercise is actually a horrible way to just lose weight on its own.
It really is.
Diet.
It is, because as you're building up the scale will really trick you. Like your pants will fit better, but you'll gain a pound.
Right. Your body composition is changing.
That'd be like if you were, let's say you're 115. That's probably a little small for you.
Yes, you're 100% right on the money.
All right, so let me just give you my honest size up, okay?
Yeah.
You're 115, but you don't feel that good. You start training, you get up to 118, 119, maybe 120.
Yeah.
You look better.
Right.
Your ass is popping, but the scale says a +6, which freaks most women out.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
But
when it's like such a little amount of weight, it shouldn't freak you out.
Well, no, but your difference between a in shape on a 120 and a not in shape,
skinny, scrawny,
114. Hey, the 114
Grover
probably sounds
arms.
better.
Yeah.
But the 120 weighs more, but looks better.
So much better.
And if so, I am probably not lost as much weight as I would like to have because I'm weight training, and I'm not really trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to get in better shape. And, when I go to the gym and I feel stronger and I know I'm getting stronger, I'm making gains, on strength, which by the way, I don't do anything for strength. I'm back in the day when I was in college.
More of a hypertrophy trainer.
Yeah. Blitz, we'd be like, man, I'm going to do 315 for 3. I'm trying to get a triple.
It's so bad for you.
So that's what you did.
It's horrible for your joints.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
But
I'm
you're
trying to get
shorter,
405 for a double. That's probably why I have some of the problems with my shoulder is because I benched so heavy back in the day because it was a badge of honor. Blitz, you couldn't go to the college. Like when we were lifting with the football team at Indiana State, you couldn't say, well, you know what? I think I'm going to train. I'm not going to go any higher than 225 today. I'm going to do
trying to preserve my joints.
Yeah, I'm going to do sets of 15 at 225.
Right.
Or would it be like, no way, man, I'm going to do sets of triples at 305. You can't tell me.
I would have to think that that's a little better nowadays, but I bet it's still a little bit like that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about this, if you trained like that, instead of ever really heavyweight training, you just always did the, lighter weight, more reps, I think that would be
it's so much better for your joints.
Long term, far better for that guy that's 55.
Well, in the football, remember, you used to just build it from you started at 225, then 275, then 315, then 355, and then you'd see how much you do at 355.
Yep. So we'd go 135 for 10.
Yeah, for warm ups.
Yeah, which was 245s on each side.
Yep.
Then you'd go 225 for 10.
Yep.
And then you'd go 275 or 265 actually for 8.
And then
you go 315 for 4. And then you go 405 for a single. Remember, Lemmy?
Yep.
That's how it was.
Who's a perfect example of this is Ronnie Coleman. I don't know if you've seen him recently. I saw a documentary on him within the last few months, and he looks terrible. He's in, he says he's in an out of 10, an 8 out of 10 at all times in terms of pain.
Yeah.
All the time.
He can barely walk.
He can barely. His knees are all effed up because he was squatting 800 pounds.
But could they get that? And he was a bodybuilder.
Yes.
So, but
best. I think he won Mr. Olympia 10 times.
I think he won the Arnold more than Arnold did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, I got to tell you, Anna, have you heard about the Arnold?
Yeah,
it's the biggest bodybuilding. It's called the Arnold Classic. It's in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes.
At Ohio State University, and
I don't think it's the most prestigious one you can win, though. I think Olympia.
I think maybe within the United States, the Arnold might be.
Okay.
I know that it's probably in the crown jewel of bodybuilding.
Yes.
Of the top 3 or 4 events.
Yeah.
So when I was on Sirius XM, I went one year.
Yeah.
They had me go.
That big fitness expo, and you meet all the athletes and stuff.
Muscle and fitness and Supreme Protein wanted me to go be in the booth.
Nice.
So I went. Oh my God, you would love it.
Oh, I know. I follow people that go to it.
I mean, of course, I watched the pose, that night's pose down. That's cool. But I wasn't there for the pose down. It's the convention part of it.
Mm-hmm. The expo, yeah.
Oh, they got every type of nutrition, gadget, or, whether it's from
supplement
equipment, from supplements to equipment to gear to, clothing to mats to, barbells to protein shakes to, oh my God, it's just Blitz. It's remember how big PRI was, Blitz?
Yeah.
It's half that size, but that's one of the biggest conventions there are. So, I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
And everything is inside the same place.
It's in the convention center.
Speaking of which, is the Tampa Bay Fit Expo the weekend after next.
Oh, that's right. We're going to do some stuff with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is obviously not like the Arnold, but similar.
Same premise.
Same premise,
right.
Yeah.
Right. They say the Arnold's the biggest expo in the world. Oh, my God, it's unbelievable. And then they would have, at the individual booths, they would have the people they sponsor, like the Coleman guy or, whatever. They would have
Kai Green, I think.
They're going to be there, today at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you can.
And they have signings and take pictures.
Well, they usually would have, a little seminar where that person would talk about, the product they're talking about.
Sure.
And then they would have, if you want to take pictures and.
Yeah.
And stuff like that,
And then they have the actual competition.
Right. And then you could see guys. I think the competition's on Saturday. Well, Saturday morning, I think the competition's later that day, but Saturday morning, the expo would still be open, right? Well, these retired guys and stuff would be at the booth on Saturday morning, and you could tell they weren't, going to compete that because they weren't dieted down.
Right.
But sometimes they would bring somebody that's actually competing that night. An athlete that was sponsored by the Supreme Protein people, and they were actually posing down that night. And they would bring them, and they were just
Were they just smashing food?
No, they were.
No, because that's what you're supposed to do, like deplete your body of glycogen completely, and then like the day of the event, you like carb load like a mother effer.
They would be like
so that your muscles fill out and you look, yeah.
No, they would be just drinking these certain concocted drinks.
Yeah.
Which was probably because they couldn't eat food, right in front of us. But they were always, they had like 5 or 6 of these pre-mixed protein shakes. And like in 30 minutes, they would be, and I was always like, I would think that they would try to be cutting down to get us. And the guy would say, no, they've already done that. Now they're trying to shock their body into just freaking out over getting food.
Your body is screaming for carbs. And then once you give it to it, the muscles just like blow up.
Like, that's when I was like,
all
man,
your veins pop out.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand it. I'd be like, man, he's got a show tonight. Don't you think he would try to be like wrestling, trying to get as low as he possibly can? He's like, oh, no.
Doesn't matter about weight.
He's doing the carb flip or whatever the hell it's
just
called.
Carb loading, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Titans from the sport of strongman are hoping.
Yeah. How's this guy's joints going to be when he's 60?
Terrible. They're probably bad now.
He's already got them blown out with rubber sleeves and stuff.
They have names like the Dragon, the Albatross.
Look at this guy squatting so much that the bar's bending.
And the American Nightmare. But only one will ultimately be known as champion. 5 challenges await.
All right, enough of all that nonsense. Oh, I was talking about earlier.
How good you look?
No, I think I look horrible.
Your blood.
My blood. But you know what, Anna? I think that's very maybe not aggressive, but for every 3 months to get complete blood work done, I think is responsible and will probably long term really end up helping me, because I don't know that really a lot of people do that, do they?
I've never even gotten my blood checked, and I need to do that by the end of this year.
You never have?
No, I don't know what's going on with me at all. 0%. And now that I'm 35, I feel like I should probably be paying attention.
Because,
hormones are changing.
Absolutely.
And I have no idea what my cholesterol looks like.
You have no baseline.
Triglycerides. No, I have no baseline.
Right. I mean, you could come back literally and all of it be right in the but you got that you're not perfect. Yeah. And you could be high on something and low on something else.
Absolutely. I have no idea what's going on.
Could be fixed through just supplements.
Right.
Like, hey, you know what? Take this folic acid pill and take this vitamin C Willy with this zinc chaser.
Yeah, I need a full blood panel. I have no idea what's going on with me.
You do. And I think Dan could probably prescribe that.
That would be great. And I've done some
take you down to my Quest girls. Get you VIP.
Yeah. I need to get it done.
When's the last time, Blitz, you had a blood workup? Like the one that I like
last year?
Like this kind of deal, like the whole everything.
It was like early last year.
Oh, okay. So you got a base. I mean, you got a general idea.
I need to do it again though.
I would suggest it yearly. Now I do it, 4 times a year.
Yeah.
For all types of different reasons.
Sure.
One, so I can stay legal on my medication.
Right.
There you go.
A lot of you bodybuilders get a lot of blood tests.
Yeah, us bodybuilders.
Yeah.
And then let me. Have you ever?
No, I used to do it all the time. I used to do it like every 6 months.
What?
You used
back
to.
in the day. Yeah, but last time I did it was about a year ago.
Blitz does his own blood work at camp. But you have. When's the last time you did it?
About a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, the filthy has not. The filthy. You over there?
Well, when you were in the hospital, didn't they do all your?
That
blood work?
was about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, how about your blood work, filthy?
It's been a couple of years, but I'd say like 2 years I got it done.
Are you still smoking cigarettes?
I don't smoke cigarettes.
No, he's just the weed man.
He used to smoke cigarettes, didn't he, the first time?
No, sir, I never smoked cigarettes.
The first time you worked here, you didn't smoke cigarettes?
No, sir.
Oh, then I already like you better.
I think the last person that,
I'm sorry for thinking you did that.
No, actually,
all right. Cigarettes are gross.
What he means to say is he quit just to come back here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good job,
yeah.
Filthy.
Right. Good job, Rhett.
I think the last person that smoked besides Dr. Dan was like SJL
Besides
or
the resident doctor.
the other kid.
What?
Who?
SJL or the video. Who was the video kid? That was kind of dirty intern. Bye Boy.
Oh, Bye Boy smoked too?
Yeah.
They both smoke cigarettes?
Yeah.
They both look like a bunch of cigarette smokers.
Yeah, I think that's the last 2 people that have smoked here.
So gross.
Healthy foods that are high on iron. This is stuff no. Well, I like would shrimp be?
Yeah.
Okay, I could do shrimps on there.
Shrimp.
All right. Right. Let me write this down. More shrimps.
Shrimps.
But Hannah, what's easier, just to eat a bunch of shrimps,
but,
or
hold on.
or to take my iron pills?
You could, but then I'm thinking if your kidney stones are at all related to uric acid, you probably want to stay away from shellfish. But you don't really know what causes your kidney stones.
I really don't. Spinach, that's absolutely not happening.
Why not?
That's probably the best thing for you.
I'm just sorry, babe. I just can't.
It has fiber. Has lots of nutrients.
You really think it has any taste to it at all?
It doesn't taste like the most amazing thing ever, but it tastes like health.
Thank you.
And health
everything
is good.
Hold on. Everything I go by everything I put in my mouth is the most amazing taste ever thing.
It shouldn't be that way. Food is fuel.
I've changed.
Most people feel the way I do.
I've changed a lot of my lettuce to spinach. Like on sandwiches and stuff.
Does iceberg lettuce have any iron in it? Because I'll eat the hell out of that.
It's really nutritious. It's just water.
Liver and organ meats.
I can't do that.
No.
Legumes.
No.
My list is short right now.
Yes, and yes, triple yes. Red meat, and I cannot lie. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. All day.
Okay.
Hamburger. Pumpkin seeds. No. I'm going to skip that. I don't even know what the hell this is.
Say it.
No.
What is it?
No, I'm not going to say it.
I can't see it, Bubba. What is it?
It's
help him. QAnon. QAnon.
Lummy, what is it?
Do
you know it, Lummy?
Yeah,
Lummy, you know what they should do, Lummy?
Yeah.
Is they should put you and I together on a team on who can, spell it.
Well, Lummy knows it because we've talked about it before.
What is it, Lummy?
Quinoa.
Oh, see, I have.
I've eaten it.
You're
stolen from the people of Bolivia, so they can't even feed themselves.
Turkey. Yes, I love turkey. So, Lummy, looks like so far we got
broccoli.
Shrimp.
You got 3.
Shrimp, red meat, and turkey.
Yep.
I'm dialed in on that. Broccoli, no.
You like broccoli?
And tofu, no.
That's a lot of soy.
Dark chocolate, not really. I don't like dark chocolate.
It's the best.
Fish.
Ew.
Okay. I could go with some fish. If Lummy could get me some in the back, I could catch.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to eat that stuff, though.
Listen, if I went and got some fish from like Publix or something like that, like some grouper or whatever, right, Lummy?
Yeah.
And then I just lightly bread it, does that take away from the fish, what I'm doing here?
If you lightly pan fry it, it wouldn't be bad.
Like Blitz, if I lightly bread it and like blacken it, because I just don't like fish like baked.
You still get the nutrients from the fish, but you also get the bad things from the breading.
But you're still getting the fish,
yes.
aren't you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, there you go. Just stuff that I already need to know: fish, shrimps, red meat, and turkey. Let me write that down.
Everything
I got that down. I think it's like a grouper because it doesn't seem like you like a strong fish flavor, so you might as well go with like a cod or pollock. That's a very neutral white fish. That's what they put in like McDonald's fish.
Is salmon fish? What is salmon? A pink fish?
Oh, I remember one time I was with Hogan and we were we had to be like, I forget, it was some kind of dinner that we were at for some kind of sponsor or something.
Right.
And we had to be fancy. It was in LA. And we had to be fancy. I had to put like my big boy pants on and everything and a button down, and it was kind of like they did like a course meal kind of deal where they brought like everybody kind of got the same thing. So they bring in like first thing they bring in is like some kind of palate cleanser sorbet deal.
At the beginning?
Yes.
A sorbet at the beginning.
Like
to clean your palate.
Yeah, between.
Oh, you said between or at the beginning?
No, I'm sorry, between.
Oh.
And so at first time they bring you like this little lettuce, which was horrible. Wasn't iceberg or nothing. It looked like just somebody went out back and picked the grass.
Right. Collard greens.
And then they brought in like this soup. It was like, the soup was pretty good. The soup was like a lobster bisque kind of deal. So I ate the soup. And then the third thing was salmon.
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
Salmon with like rice and some
vegetable.
Yeah. And so Hogan's eating the salmon. Now, Hogan likes salmon. But I ate this. I never had salmon. I didn't know salmon was real fishy.
Yes, it is.
So I take one that looks real red sitting there. And it's like, this doesn't look like fish. And Hogan goes, just eat it, brother. So I go ahead and eat it. I was like, whoa. This ain't like the local fish fry I used to go to, the Shriner's Fish Fry. When you go to fish fries and they gave you those squares of fish, and like
those are some of the best quality fish you can get.
Have you guys ever been to a bona fide Midwestern fish fry?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yes.
Here's how it happens. Usually the Shriners or some church or something puts it on, and they have it at the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring these big portable, big fat deep fryers in.
Yeah.
And they in these big trailers, and they're back there frying fish. They got 5-6 guys frying fish, and then all the community piles into the little assembly hall on picnic tables, and they have these servers, 3 of them per row of picnic tables that do nothing. They have these big baskets of fish and French fries with these tongs, and you say, "Hey, I want some more fish," and they come and throw 2 of them on your thing. And they got bottles of ketchup and tartar sauce right down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you ever been like that, Lummy?
Yeah, I have.
A lot of places up north have Friday fish fries.
Yeah, they do, especially during Lent.
We didn't.
I
didn't even know what Lent was in Warsaw, Indiana.
Oh.
The stuff in your pocket.
Yeah, I suppose Lent. That's a real fish fry right there. What kind of fish is that, Lummy?
Usually it's probably back then or even now, probably a pollock or a cod.
Catfish. They were so good.
Which is usually, that's, it's good quality wild caught fish.
You eat 4 of them, 5 of them, 6 of them.
Yeah.
Just straight fish. And you get French fries. And it was like $10. And then the fish company donated the money to the group that was putting it on because it was a fundraiser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And a lot of people think it's catfish. Most of the time, probably in the north, it wasn't catfish.
Well, it's the best damn catfish.
It wasn't catfish. Because
why is catfish that's got such a bad name when it comes to eating?
Around here, a lot of fish fries are catfish.
Yeah, but the problem is that that's not real catfish. And
I think it was perch.
Yeah, the real catfish nowadays is fake catfish. So
I know, but why does catfish have such a bad, eating connotation? As soon as you say, "Oh, it was catfish," then you instantaneously you just ate a piece of poop or something.
Well, because they're bottom feeders and they eat poop.
Ew.
But do the taste? Is the taste poopy?
Well, saltwater is that's why a lot of the Asian cat. It's not actually, you're not allowed to call it Asian catfish. It's Asian swai and stuff like that. It's because they're bottom feeders sitting underneath the chicken coops. So then they just eat the chicken poop, which why the people like that fish.
I gotta think that the chicken poop ain't that bad for you. We eat the hell out of chicken, so they might as well eat their poop too.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't really have a flavor to it. It has, maybe a tiny bit of a chicken flavor, possibly.
Well, whatever. That's what I don't even know they have real fish fries around here, do they?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, where do they got fish fries at?
Usually in
Blitz, the Midwestern kind of fish fry deal.
A little more soul.
A little more what?
Soul.
A little more soul.
Rock and roll.
There's more African Americans there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, especially in Ocala, there's a good amount of fish fries, but they usually use sheephead.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, a lot of Polk County type.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fish fries.
There was this place by where I was born in Warsaw, Indiana, and it was in Syracuse or Wawasee, which was 25 minutes. It was the next town, north in Kosciuszko County, and they had this place, and it was called the Fish of Stroh. And there's a little place called Stroh, Indiana, STO PH or something, or I don't know. It's just called Stroh, Indiana. And they had this really little restaurant, right down the middle of Main Street. And it was a little restaurant. The restaurant might have been the size of this studio, maybe a little bit bigger. Oh. And it had this famous fish recipe. And man, people would come from all around the state of Indiana to this little place.
The original famous Fish of Stroh?
Yes.
Oh,
and so then
175th East.
Yeah.
So send it to me. So then Blitz, that little store closed, but they took the recipe, and the family sold the recipe and something to some couple local guys, and then the Fish of Stroh franchise was at the golf course in Wawasee, in their little restaurant. So then somebody else bought the recipe, and they took it to Fort Wayne as a restaurant, the famous Fish of Stroh. But my God, it's the best fish you'd ever eat. And Lummy, are you finding any articles on it or anything?
I found their Facebook, which I'm sending you now.
Yeah, there's a.
They may have closed it down.
There's a original famous Fish of Stroh, and there's also a famous Fish of Stroh.
Yeah.
This one's the original.
This is the original.
And there's one in Fort Wayne. There's a Fish of Stroh in Fort Wayne.
Yeah,
Fort Wayne.
It's not the original one. This is Blitz. This is literally. Remember, I talked about how it was a little place. This is the original Fish of Stroh from Stroh, Indiana. So, this is where my mom and dad would take our family, to this one. It was a big treat to go. Like if, you know, your mom said, hey, we're going to Fisher Stroh this Saturday. Like, like that was a big deal. Doug Clem to take out the 72 Chevy van and drive up to Stroh, Indiana. I don't know how far Stroh, Indiana was from Warsaw. Here, I guess this is the map right here, Lemmy.
Well, that's where it's at. You got to get directions. You can type in Warsaw.
I can just tell you, Warsaw is like, I didn't know that Stroh was over by Fort Wayne. I thought it was up by Elkhart and stuff. No, it's right near the state line. Like
wow.
Warsaw's like right here in the middle. So it was up there in the corner.
That's a far little drive.
It was. You had to drive like, an hour and a half to go to dinner. But, man, it was all you can eat. And it was I don't know, man. It's the best. Lummy, you can see if you can find, Lummy, because you're our fish expert, right?
Yeah.
Can you see if you can find what the original recipe of, fish of, I guarantee you there's forums that have the recipe for the famous fish of Stroh. And
I guess the other place that sells good fish in Stroh is the Turkey Lake Tavern.
Oh.
There you go. See, up in Indiana, you'd find these little taverns and pubs and that were noted for something.
Yeah, the Fish of Stroh is considered a pub.
Yeah. Let me see if you can find me the original recipe of Fish of Stroh. Find me a fish. Let me, no matter what kind of fish it is, you probably could find it, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the fish market business, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much find anything these days.
Oh, look at this, Lummy. The Fish of Stroh recipe.
Yeah. I was trying to... It doesn't say what fish it uses. That's what a lot of people do now. Well, it does. Cod fillets, yep.
So, Lummy, do you have the ability to find cod fillets?
Oh, yeah, cod's easy.
All right, so you could get cod fillets, right?
Yeah.
Then you batter it in their famous batter, right?
Yep.
Then you'd fry it.
Yep, and then you'd have...
Lummy, can one of these days you and I YouTube, Lummy cooks famous Fish of Stroh for Bubba?
Of course.
Now, do you know how to do all this? Should I have Blitz do it, who's better...
I hate seafood. Don't have me do it.
All right, thanks.
I mean, pretty much all it is having the fish ready to go.
But,
and
I mean, I know you're a
it.
good finding the fish broker, but are you a good
You know what we
cook?
could do? One time, maybe on a 199, too, the Dashes could bring out their deep fryer. I bring the fish for them, and then they cook you Fish of Stroh.
Yeah, but you have to know the recipe.
Yeah. Isn't that on that one?
Isn't it on the internet?
Well,
the one I sent you said the recipe.
I clicked on it. Can you click on it and send me the actual recipe? Because I clicked on the recipe and it sent me to another...
2 tablespoons of salt, 3/4 tablespoons or teaspoons of black pepper, ground sage, paprika, cayenne pepper, flour, garlic powder, or onion powder.
Yeah.
There you go.
Club soda.
Maybe you can print that out for me.
Will do.
And can you find me some cod?
Oh, yeah, cod's super easy. Cod's one of the most plentiful fish next to a pollock. And then
but a cod fillet, does that come unbreaded?
Yeah, I mean, you can get them breaded.
I don't want them breaded, though.
So no, you want unbreaded. I'll get you a cod loin. So
you give me what?
A cod loin. It's a lot better.
Can you give me a case of cod loin?
Of course.
What's a case of cod loin go for, you think? Just right off the top of your head.
10 pounds, probably about 45 bucks.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
You know that my boy, Big Red, and maybe the next.
The Nash is no.
Maybe we could have a fish fry. One of the next Bubba 199.
Yeah.
The next Bubba 199, we could have a famous
Friday.
Not this.
The one after.
The one after.
Okay.
The next Bubba 199, Lummy, we do a famous Fish of Stroh, Bubba, old school.
September 9th.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Can we plan on that, Lummy?
Yep, I'm writing it down.
You want me to give you that money for that cod?
No, just let me search it out so maybe I can get a better price, and I'll just let you know.
But I want, Lummy.
Yeah.
I don't want you to scrimp on the fish.
Oh no, I'm 10 pounds.
I want you to buy me. No, not quantity, quality.
Oh no, I don't do. I'm not going to give you catfish.
Money's no object here when it comes to the famous Fish of Stroh.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you twice frozen Chinese cod.
Yeah, if there's a box that costs $40, and then there's a better quality that's $52. Let's get to 52s.
Well, yeah, there's
$12. We can pull that off.
Usually the Chinese twice frozen cod you're looking at usually probably about $2.50 a pound, so it'd be like $25-$30, but it's twice frozen.
I want the freshest cod. Is it cod?
Yeah.
I want the freshest cod fillet known to man.
I'm going to get you the frozen at sea cod. Can't go bad.
So that's the best.
Yeah, it's frozen on the boat when they catch it.
The Nash Brothers, you guys need to They have. Do I need to get a couple of Big Daddy fryers, or do they got those?
No, Big Red's got, I believe, 1 or 2 fryers.
Okay.
The big ones.
Yeah. And then we'll figure the recipe, right? We can mix up the recipe.
Yeah.
Buy the ingredients. And now, how much will 10 pounds feed? Well, I mean, you got to think. You got the Nashes; they're going to want to tear it up. Blitz and Anna are the only two that aren't going to want to. Blitz, I'm so sorry.
It has a face and a butthole.
I know.
Well, I get a 4 or 5 ounce.
Let me, you're gonna
twice
partake.
Of course.
GFS sells 6 ounce cod loin, fresh caught, 10-pound package. It's $80.
Okay,
Just
now
FYI,
will 10 pounds be enough for?
What size was it? 6 ounce?
Yeah.
So you get 2.5 pieces, 2.5 portions per pound. So
No, we're gonna have to make more. We're gonna get probably 2 cases. You only get 2.5 pieces
per pound.
Oh, per pound.
Yeah.
And we're getting how many pounds?
10.
They also sell Pacific cod loin, wild cod,
Whatever, we'll figure it all
skinless, 3 ounce.
Lummy, you're eating
That's
it.
Chinese,
Are you eating it?
Yeah, of course.
Are you eating fish fry?
Oh, of course.
I'm eating fish fry.
You know the Nashes will.
The Nashes are eating fish fry.
Big Red will.
Big Red will eat fish fry.
Truth and Travis will eat whatever you tell him to eat.
Best ever, Cuzzy.
Yeah.
Mike?
Mike Bellagio.
Mike Bellagio.
Yeah, you can
he gets
him,
so
you can
mad.
give him the raw cod loin. He'll tell you it's the
I don't
best
know.
ever.
I don't know if OFF's eating fish. We'll figure it out, Lummy.
Okay.
But we got to start
Perfect.
buying these ingredients. We got to line it all up for our big, Bubba's. And Lummy, it's got to be called the famous fish of Stroh fish fry. Like, we got to pay homage to the great fish of Stroh. Blitz and I were talking about this earlier today. This really pisses me off. And it's really nothing we can do. I don't know why I'm more mad about my clean-shaven fat look or the fact that other people can go and use my video, my interview of Brett Favre. And listen, this guy's using it correctly, and he's using it legally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that this guy didn't have, but I don't get any credit for it at all.
You're mad at the system, not at this guy.
This guy's got 26,000 views. I got like 2,900.
I don't get it.
Thousands had to be.
Brett Favre has made some headlines in the football world after stating on a recent radio show that he believes he suffered.
Recent radio show.
Yeah. Thousands.
What's wrong with saying on the Bubba the Love Sponge show?
Well, they got credit the Bubba Army.
I know, but still.
Of concussions during his NFL career. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and on this channel, my goal is to teach you about sports medicine. A couple of days ago, Brett Favre did an interview on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey.
All right, hold on.
I don't know what that means. That's just the name of the show. I'll link it down below in the description.
I like that.
That's fine, yeah.
That should actually be a drop, Lummy, right here.
And on this channel, my goal is to teach you about sports
right
medicine. A couple of days ago, Brett Favre did an interview on the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I don't know what that means. That's just the name of the show. I'll link it down below in the description. But he made some...
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he linked you.
Oh, yeah, he did. Original
Hey,
video.
actually, let's...
What's up, Brian Suter?
Lummy, will you reach out to Brian and just...
Yeah.
Or Anna. Anna's probably a little more smarter on this particular...
And just thank him for the credit.
On this task.
Sure.
Yeah, hi, I'm Anna, co-producer, co-executive, yippee-yo,
Yep.
a resident bitch, whatever.
Yeah.
Five-stripe white belt, Gracie, Tampa.
Yeah, I'm sure he needs to know all that.
All that, sure. Anything you want to put in your little header, and just
Yeah.
say, you know what? Thank you for the shout out or for the
Yeah.
credit. Thank you for the credit. And
How many subscribers does he have? If you scroll down.
600,000.
Okay.
So then, Anna, an invite to be on the show.
Okay.
And you could, at that point, show him the concussion doctor. Say, occasionally we do things with doctors, and we have a doctor as a co-host.
Okay, so you want me to invite him as a guest on the show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? Perfect. I'll get that done
I
today.
think we automatically got kind of an in with the guy, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
But you think that's smart?
Yeah.
Guy's running almost 600,000 subscribers.
Yep. Invite him for, a guest spot.
Yeah, say, hey, let's talk about concussions. Let's talk about whatever.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and on this channel,
And we'll have Dan in here.
the goal is to teach you about sports medicine. A couple of days ago, Brett Favre did an interview on the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I don't know what that means. That's just the name of the show. I'll link it down below in the description. But he made some headlines talking about the number of concussions he's received in his career. Let's take a listen and walk through this conversation, and hopefully I can provide you
And again, he's actually playing excerpts of it.
some more educational insight on
By the way, he's got like 26,000 views on this deal.
Things he's talking about.
How many times do you think you were concussed? 100?
Well, no, way more than that. See, the thing about concussions is we still don't know a lot about them. But if you'd asked me this 10 years ago, how many concussions I've had, I'd have said 3.
3 is the number of concussions Brett Favre would have been formally diagnosed with. And as we'll get to here in a minute,
But he broke down my interview.
Mm-hmm.
A concussion is actually...
And it's probably under the fair use, too, is it not?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No copyright.
Sometimes pretty darn challenging. And so 3 is presumably...
Plus, Blitz probably knows the exact amount of time he can play something before it starts to become an algorithm issue, right? Like, I think if you play something like maybe 4, 5, 6 seconds, 8, 10, sometimes you're cool. It's long-form playing that gets picked up, more likely to get picked up.
Yep.
Just a number where the medical staff said, yep, you've been diagnosed, you have an official concussion, and we're going to put you through the protocol.
The reason I was at 3, I thought concussions were when you get knocked out, where you black out for a period of time, you don't know where you are, memory loss, dizzy. A boxer gets knocked out, he tries to get up.
Hold on, Blitz, I'm looking at our feed, and I'm freaked out. I see 2 of me's, and one's got a beard, and one doesn't.
Yeah.
Legs
That's a good side-by-side comparison right there.
Yeah.
That's a concussion.
And I look horrible today.
No, you
right.
don't.
This is a great point that Brett makes, and unfortunately still something that's pretty pervasive in the sports world. A lot of people still think that in order to have a concussion...
All right, so let's extend an invitation to that guy.
Okay, I'll do that today, no problem.
Today's after show is I'm Right, You're Wrong. I'm sorry, I'm Right, You're Left. We're Screwed with Hatley and Brian. This will be the last Thursday that it replaces the after show. Every other Thursday that it's on, we'll do a small after show, like a 10:15 to 11, and then fire up the Hatley, Clem, Matroni deal about 11:15. So
nice.
That's today. So you guys got a little bit. You guys can get out of here a little bit sooner.
Okay.
Lummy, now I don't want you to lie to me and tell me what I want to hear. I want you to be dead honest with me.
All right.
How are the ticket sales going with the Tampa Tarpones?
Oh, really good. We're 100% sold out on the Dugout Club.
We are? No, for real.
Yep.
No embellishment.
No.
Don't lummy me.
So people can't get the Dugout Club anymore, but the other tickets are still available. There's less than 60 tickets available in the sections still.
Well,
19 and 110, and looks like about 40 and 109.
So come on, guys. I got to sell those 60 tickets. There's got to be a lot of people that live somewhat close to Tampa that will come on in and support the cause. This is not only is it a good opportunity to see us, because you listen to the show, and we don't do very many Tampa things, but it's also somewhat of a litmus test for our reach within Tampa. Because we have the statistics of every other radio show that has attempted to do a theme night of based on a talent or a host, and I think Lummy, I think we've maybe already surpassed most.
Yeah, we're about triple that, and they're talking about maybe opening up another section because I guess they've been getting calls or emails from listeners that I guess before they could figure out how to use the promo code, they just went ahead and bought tickets in other sections,
and they want to get moved.
No, they just, because you can kind of free flow around the stadium, so we can spread out, but they want to lock down maybe another section so we have a little bit more room. We're not all on top of each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're having good.
Very
problems.
good. They're super happy.
Perfect. Janie Cakes is going to be good for the first pitch.
Yay.
Awesome.
I'm picking up hers and your jersey today.
Perfect. Now, Blitz, the tickets that I bought 8 of them.
Okay.
So I got, I figured Anna and Blitz.
Yep.
Bubba and the Crick, Lummy and Ashley, and the Filthy, and then I got one more. I don't know. I guess I got an extra ticket, maybe.
Do you got a ticket for Janie Cakes?
Oh yeah, you're right. I might have to go buy 2 more.
Oh,
well, she won't get AC or Club.
Solo Ford 2018, 10,000.
Yeah, I'll get that one to Janie Cakes, and then Eddie can just sit there anyway. So Dan got 4. I just got it now, but that's all on my.
Who Dan's taken?
No, maybe Dan. I can use one of Dan's for Jeff, for my stepdad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, they send them to your phone.
Okay.
And so I got to send them. I got to figure out how to
forward them on.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do all that.
They probably have to have the Ticketmaster app too.
I do have the Ticketmaster.
No,
app.
your mom and
everyone.
What time should we be there?
5:30.
Lummy, it's too bad I couldn't send you. Here's what I would prefer, Lummy.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can do this for me, since you're in good with the Tampa Tarpones.
Yes, sir.
Is I send you my tickets.
Okay.
and then maybe see if you can get them printed out, or can I print them out?
You should be able to print them out.
I'd prefer to just hand you guys a ticket.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I'd prefer just to do that.
Yeah.
Lummy, will you look into that for me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Nice.
Lummy, should I send you my file?
Oh, with the tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Let's see if I can print them right now.
Did they come from Ticketmaster, you think?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Wayne 51 Toussaint.
All right, manage tickets. Hi, everybody. I know I look stupid, clean shaven. I'm so sorry. Look fat.
No, you don't.
Good morning, Beckham's mistake.
All right, Lummy. Lummy.
Yes, sir.
All right. 8 tickets. How do I? Lummy, can you come here?
Yes, sir.
Help him.
Sorry, I was stopping something.
What's up, Shazat? Welcome to the chat room. Morning, Gary Cantrell.
All right, well, here it says
So select the event. Oh, go back. I guess you already did, because you go up and it says transfer.
All right, it says get your tickets ready. All right, so here's my tickets, right? So can I just go like that? And then now will it allow me to print it?
You see, I'm not sure if you're hooked up to the printer.
Morning,
Are you on the
Dante.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so then just
Oh,
go to
I looked
print.
up that
Well, where's the
guy.
fucking print deal, buddy?
It should be,
Oh, here?
Hotep
and then it should come up with
Jesus.
print.
He was saying some crazy shit.
Yep. And it should be.
But I did watch a few videos as suggested to me. And shit got
And I want the brother Willie, the brother.
Yeah, and I'll go see if it printed.
All right, go see if it printed.
All right.
wild. Morning, FTE, Greg, and Amy. Monte de no, I haven't yet. Is it good? We saw the trailer for it, but I haven't watched it yet. Huh. She was still so pretty at the beginning of the show. Good morning, Possum Choil Trot. Thank you, Cotty Cause, Big Lunger. Oh, hype train is close. Beep, beep. Gus will probably not be at the game. No. Beep, beep, motherfuckers. Stop and go, Steve. 100 bits.
It works, but Bubba, don't print the rest of them. Because your barcode will only come available at 6:30. So I just do it tomorrow.
Do it, Redbeard. Good morning,
tonight at
Patty
6:30.
Cake.
Okay.
So then tomorrow.
Okay, so I can just print them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tonight at 6:30 they become available?
Correct.
Don't lie?
No, sir. It said it on the paper. Two knock knock with 100 bits.
Beep, beep.
Redbeard, set off the hype train, 100 bits. Oh, we still got
Let's
about
go.
2 minutes.
Get it in, get it in.
Solo 4 2018, 3,000 bits. Woo! By a T-shirt Will with 1,000 bits. Mr. Grimm 1911. Good morning. Thank you, Solo Ford. T-shirt Will. On our score 11 with 100 bits. Smoke.
Got a his Triz, mother?
Oh, his Triz. I got pictures.
Bubba started riding his new e-bike.
So we're going e-biking.
But Dr. Danny did not get an invite. It hurts. Danny took a spill like Jack and Jill. Now he's got a Dr. Halprin bill. He's like, hey, Danny, looks like you need some peroxide.
I'm okay.
He's like, hey, Danny, next time just stick to the sidewalk.
I'm okay.
This was your depot.
Yes, and I was so nervous I slipped and fell on my face.
Well, Dr. Dan, he finally got his first break to earn that ESQ that's on his nameplate. He might felt scared or unprepared. Now he's getting Brandon's old wheelchair. He's like, hey, Danny, you slipped and fell on your eyeball.
I slipped and I fell right on my eyebrow.
He said, hey, Danny, you left your watch on the sidewalk.
Then I don't remember a few minutes.
Well, Dr. Dan felt he had to pay his dues. Went to Zoom court in his new Gucci shoes. He slipped and fell in Danny's style. Now John Morgan's on his speed dial. He's like, hey, Danny, you should have worn some dark sides. He's like, hey, Danny, it's time for you to call Pound Law.
That's all.
And Jane Stephen like, dude, what did you do, dude? What did you do? Dude, what did you do? Dude, what did you do?
I know, I'm so stupid. I'm still
Thank you, everybody. Larry Bellagio. Or no, I'm sorry, Mike Bellagio. Michael Bellagio. How's the 199 shaping up for Friday?
Good.
Do you have a general list?
Yes.
Can you give that to me, buddy?
Yes. One Nash. Justin Nash.
One Nash.
One Nash. And his young
One
boy.
is the loneliest number. I'll go something like that.
Mamas and Papas.
One is the let me see. I think that was a song, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mamas and Papas.
Hey, Alexa, play One by Mamas and the Papas.
Here's Dedicated to the One I Love by the Mamas and the Papas on Amazon Music.
He literally was having sex with his daughter for like 10 years.
The lead singer of the Mamas and the
Yes,
Papas.
Mackenzie Phillips, his daughter.
Wasn't she an actress or something?
She did some
Tried
work.
to be.
Yeah.
She was pretty hot, wasn't she?
She was all right. She was okay.
And her dad was blasting her for 10
Yeah,
years?
he'd like drug her, and she'd like wake up with her pants around her ankles, and she's like, "What happened?"
Did she ever do any like? Did she get him in trouble, or did she?
I mean, she outed him, but I think only after he died.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I saw the whole Oprah interview. It was crazy.
Man, I got to tell you this though. Not that I'm sticking up for him, okay? But man, if you're gonna put that heavy rap on a dude, I wish he would be around to be able to defend himself.
Well, yeah. But
I mean, Blitz, if you totally hated somebody, right? Like you just let's say your mom or your dad or whatever. Let's say your dad.
Yeah.
And it's even worse. Like if a woman had a horrible relationship with her father, like he was the worst. He was the biggest piece of crap dad ever. Like maybe he beat her, and maybe he never participated in his life or whatever.
Sure.
But he didn't bang her. Well, as soon as he dies, nobody's going to question her, right? Nobody's going to question. It's like, oh, I just want to let me know my dad blasted me when I was 5 and started blasting me up until I was 15. It's the most traumatic stuff ever. Now, indeed, it probably did happen, and I don't think anybody would even ever want to come out with that stuff. It's so heavy and so emotionally draining that I would hope that it was true. But what if it wasn't true and you're putting a whole rap on that dude and he didn't really do that? He's not there to defend himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm trying to stick up for guys that blast their daughters, because I'm not into that stuff at all. That's sick.
I think that
should be like next level punishment. Like they should castrate you if that's what. Like if they catch you doing that, Blitz. Like let's say there's probably a handful of people each year that get arrested for having sex with their daughter,
probably
with their children. Right?
I honestly don't think it should be a punishable offense if they're both over 18.
Agreed.
But if one is a child,
agreed.
Now I think it started when she was 17, so that may be legal in some states. Not the incest part, but the age part.
Right, like and agree. You and I very rarely agree.
Yes.
But I do agree. Like
if you want to bang your mom, like go live your best life.
Right.
I don't care.
If you're 1 second over 18, and you want to give your dad some ass,
yeah.
That's on. You know what?
That's on you.
That's on both of you.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, that's on both of you.
Right.
You're
Go
both.
ahead.
You're both a little off.
Who am I to get in the way of love?
Right. But when you're dealing with, and again, Mackenzie Phillips, she was only. She was 17.
Of what I recall, I think it started when she was 17. Now this is a little different because I think she was drugged.
Now
for most of that relationship.
Now, mind you, our world minds. All you have to do is listen to classic rock. Because I go to the gym blitz and sometimes I play like The Shark or something like that, right? And so I know their complete playlists. But like a lot of rock songs talk about blasting 16 and 17-year-olds.
Yes.
She's only 17. Like there's I don't know how many rock songs from the 80s talk about banging 17-year-old or underage groupies. And the radio industry would never allow that now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But back then, man, it's like,
let it eat.
You're 17 when I think Poison sang a song when my drummer got across your state line. Thank God I walked in on a tour bus when it's just like it's about blasting underage girls on tour.
Oh, Mackenzie Phillips was 19, so that's okay.
Well, it's not okay, but it's not nearly
like when it started.
Crime.
Yeah,
it's not nearly the crime of when she was like 11.
But he was
right?
I think he was like pimping her out to all of his celebrity friends. Like I think she banged Mick Jagger. She talks about
she had to have sex with him before her wedding.
It is Mick Jagger. It is. It wasn't the garbage man. It was Mick Jagger.
Right, but that was one of many, I think.
All right, so the other one was Billy Joel. Okay, all right, and then the other one was Bon Jovi.
You're right. This isn't so bad.
Right. If it's the crackhead down the road, we got a problem. But if it's, and maybe you could be the one that turned out Elton.
Yeah.
She is here to talk about the revelations in her new book. The book is called High on Arrival. Mackenzie
Hey, there you go. I think that's appropriate for a lot of us.
says she's been clean now for a year since that arrest. And, you often hear, on television all the time, people say it's shocking or something is explosive. And in this case, I would have to say it really is.
I got to tell you, man, Oprah's a good interviewer.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Like, I'm not necessarily the biggest Oprah fan in the world, but just fundamentally, she's a good journalist.
She's good at her job. She's good at getting people to open up.
Yeah.
And she asks the right questions.
Yeah,
a lot of times I'll be watching an interview. I'm like, why didn't you ask that?
Right.
Oprah never disappoints.
But, as a journalist ourselves or whatever we consider ourselves.
Media.
Yeah, media. When you see somebody that's really good, you appreciate them probably more than the average consumer does.
Yeah, even if you don't agree with their politics, who cares? They're good at the job.
Can I tell you who my new favorite radio guy is?
Who?
And everybody's gonna completely clown me on this, but it has a lot to do with it has to deal
Ryan
with
Hoppy.
No,
that's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna say it. I was so gonna say it.
You're in the same brain.
I was so gonna say it.
I think everyone was even rats.
Yeah.
What a rib.
Yeah. No. Executive producer, please.
Yes,
no,
executive.
I'm telling you. And I agree with most of what he says, but I just think he's beyond brilliant, and very rarely can somebody this smart also have the swagger to be a talk show host, because most really smart people usually aren't really good.
They're not very compelling. Sometimes they're a bit dry.
Like the best of all time. Really, honestly, I think we're witnessing it in our life right now. The best of all, with the deadpan is Tucker. Tucker, arguably.
Wait, I thought we were talking about radio.
We are.
Okay.
But we are talking about radio. I'm going to go to my favorite radio guy.
Oh, I got you.
But I'm talking about, with regards to just being a journalist, we're witnessing one of the best ones ever in our lifetime with Tucker.
I think he's one of the best broadcasters ever, for sure.
And he does a good interview segment now.
First of all, he's brilliant.
He is.
He's so smart. He's
He's witty. He's funny.
Oh my God,
He's
he
so
really
funny.
is. But so I find myself either going to this guy's podcast and I don't find it necessarily for who he's talking to or necessarily what he's speaking about. But his delivery, I love his delivery. I love his delivery. I love his pregnant pauses. I love his non-pregnant pauses when he'll just get on an absolute, 52-word like hot meltdown. Ben Shapiro.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Pat McAfee.
I was gonna, no, Pat's not that good. Ben Shapiro is really good.
Pat is not a good.
I told Red, I said he's going to say Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, I was going to ask the guest.
Blitz knows what I like, and
he just did that Israel, the former president of Israel. He has like every Sunday he does an interview.
He is just amazing.
Oh, he's
Probably, like almost Jim Rome is good. Like Jim Rome is an unbelievable. I like that he's take the sports and the time and just how he's as a broadcaster. He's on the great likes of Phil Hendry, Neil Rogers. There's not radio people that come along that many. Like there's not that many good radio people.
Ben Shapiro's on terrestrially.
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, like on 500 stations.
Yeah, it's between him and Dan Bongino for the old Rush.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
And listen, I like Dan Bongino too.
Oh, he's good too.
Like that's kind of
he's got passion behind his.
Dan Bongino is kind of the muscle of Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro's a kind of a nerd. Well, really a nerd.
I watch a lot of his YouTube shorts, just his retorts. He's the best.
I am blown away by him.
Just how quickly he responds.
Yes.
He doesn't stutter. He doesn't go that's not in his vocabulary.
And his recall and his mint. Oh my God.
And the way he plugs his commercials into it just flows in.
I'm just saying.
You know what really blew him up was the Pierce Morgan interview like 10 years ago.
Well,
he's like laughing in his face. He must have been like 19 when he did it.
He's just so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, a close second behind the Hopster.
So let's get to the secret.
But Oprah is good. Like you might not like Oprah.
She's different. She's she sits down. She has a different type of audience, more of a female audience, and she asks the right questions. And she gets people to open up.
Right.
Keeping from the public.
I mean, Hey Howard is in that league.
Yes. Can make anybody interesting.
Right. And when I say my new favorite, I mean obviously not to be confused with my Mount Rushmore of radio is Jim Rome, Howard Stern, Phil Hendry, and myself.
Nice.
I don't know if I put myself in there last time, but do I have a Mount Rushmore list that I know that I probably didn't put myself in there. I'm not that arrogant.
Yes, you did.
I did.
And it pretty much the exact list that you just gave was your Mount Rushmore.
There you go.
And so the Mount Rushmore radio is me, Howard, Phil Hendry, and Jim Rome.
Yes, it is.
I may have to be taking myself off there and putting Ben Shapiro on there one of these days.
Oh, really?
What about
all of these?
Did you say Rush?
Oh, that is it. There it is. That's not
instead of you. It's
Rush. Yeah, Rush, Jim Rome, Howard Stern, and Phil Hendry.
Okay.
It's on page 108. Would you read it?
Wow. Okay. Isn't exactly how I envisioned this going down, but
okay,
that's all right. I feel
get to it.
Vulnerable and frightened, but here we go.
Oprah said, "Shut up and read."
Yep, in the nicest way.
Yeah,
she did.
Oprah said, "Okay, get to it."
I woke up that night from a blackout to find myself having sex with my own father.
Oh!
I don't remember how it started, or thankfully how it ended. Was it the first time? Had this happened before? I didn't know, and I still don't. All I can say is that it was the first time I was aware of it. For a moment, I was in my body, in that horrible truth, and then I slid back into a blackout. Your father is supposed to protect you. Your father is supposed to protect you, not you.
I would have handled that interview completely differently had it not been a book that is published for the world to see and read.
I mean, great. I mean, if she's catching some crap on how pulling that out, I think she's right in the fact that whether she accentuated it and brought it to light during her interview, or you read it for the first time after you purchased the book, it was published for all to see.
Yeah, and she wasn't like breaking any boundaries or any news.
No,
like,
book was out. Book was out.
and they are her words.
You know, I'd like to meet her.
Of course.
I would. I saw her once, like from me to you, Anna, but I didn't get
Really?
to. Yeah.
Where?
When I worked at WLS FM in Chicago, and she was
Okay.
still doing her show out of Channel 7, and it was the ABC building of Chicago, and radio and TV were in there.
I see.
And she would come in as I was about leaving my morning show. She would be coming in,
Right.
and it was a whole big production when she came in. Man, looked like Howard coming into Sirius XM, and I saw her. They would block off the elevator and have like 5 or 6 bodyguards, bring her in. There was like 2 or 3 following her and 2 or 3 from behind. And I was just getting off the elevator, and a guy stopped me, and I knew the deal. I knew because my boss had told me, hey, if you ever, because I'd get out of there I try to get out about 10:15. That's about time she rolled in there. My boss, Greg Cassidy, said, hey, just to let you know, because I know how you are. One of these days when you're going down the elevator, if they stop you, just be cool because Oprah's coming in. And it's a big old production. And if you cause a scene or do anything, there's nothing I can do to save you. She is the Messiah here. I'm like, okay.
Noted.
And so I never, I think I only worked there 3 months. But in the 3 months that I worked there, I saw the pageantry one time, and it was super cool. And, she was shorter than I thought, though.
She's 5'7".
Yeah, but I
That's
thought
pretty tall for a woman.
Yeah.
She must be in heels because she had like flats on or something.
Yeah.
She was also bigger than I thought too.
Well,
she yo-yos a lot.
Depends on the week, yeah.
I thought it would have been exploitive for me to use those words or say
But I was like, oh my God, there's Oprah. Whoa.
those words. But she could say that about herself.
All right, thanks, Oprah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't notice.
I'd blast her.
But yeah, it was a crazy story.
All right, so this is what I don't understand. Maybe I should talk about this maybe during I'm right, you're left, we're wrong, or whatever I do. Yeah. Didn't Wisconsin go Democratic? In fact, Wisconsin was one of those states that Trump feels if he got ripped off. Wasn't it Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona were kind of the states, the whodunit states, right?
Yeah.
Historically, Georgia goes red. Historically, Arizona goes red. Historically, Wisconsin goes red. Now, Michigan's 50-50, and Pennsylvania, I think, is 50-50 as well. Well, Wisconsin School Board votes in favor of banning teachers from displaying gay pride flags and listing preferred pronouns.
This is just in one district.
Oh.
Not the whole state.
I thought this was the whole state.
No, sorry.
Saying, okay, if this is the way the state feels,
No.
wouldn't that be somewhat of a litmus as to the political makeup and belief system of Wisconsin, which tends to be more red than blue? Because this is a blue issue, correct?
It's an everybody issue, but this is typically how the left leans is pro pride flag, pro preferred pronoun.
I'm pro pride.
Yes, I see.
I'm pro pride. So I was just thinking, well, it looks like I didn't know it was a state. I thought it was a state, not just a subsection, community.
Right.
But
the Kettle Moraine School Board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think within Wisconsin,
setting a precedent, though.
Trump won almost all of Wisconsin except like 3 little sleeper cells: Milwaukee, Madison.
By the way,
I think one other.
The ruling wasn't you're not allowed to display a pride flag. The ruling was you're not allowed to display political or religious messages. The news is saying pride flags, but it includes all political.
Well, then I have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If it's unilaterally across the board, everything from from the Jewish star, right, to the pride flag, to a Jesus banner, to a whatever, none of that's allowed to be displayed. I don't have any problem with that.
The superintendent said that staffers are prohibited from using their positions to promote partisan politics, religious views, and propaganda for personal, monetary, or non-monetary gain. What's wrong with that?
So the hot math teacher can't say, I just want all you guys over 18 to know that I got an OnlyFans. How hot would that be?
Right.
You think there's still a lot of teacher, like it seemed like it's died down a little bit. Maybe because it was just the summer break. Maybe the teachers hooking back up.
Fired back up.
Yeah. Is it me or does it seem like that's kind of died down?
It's died down a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. Because they all started getting caught.
Right. So do you think that it actually now finally has died down, or is it still happening and people are a little bit more mindful and, undercover and stuff like that about it? Because I can't tell you the last time I saw a good
Yeah, it still happens,
teacher
but not
sex
like
story.
Not like it did.
So it has died down.
Yeah.
CVS, Walgreens, and
harder,
Walmart.
Harder to keep it quiet now with all the kids and social media. They're talking about it and telling everyone.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can't be banging. I'm not saying you should be, but let's say you're a 23-year-old, 24-year-old PE coach guy.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I'm sorry.
Woman?
Girl.
Yeah, you got to do like Mary Kay Letourneau style.
It has to be girl on male student. That's the only way that it's acceptable. Because, a woman can't overpower a 17-year-old boy into doing anything he doesn't want to do.
I mean, it shouldn't be acceptable, but it's more acceptable, if that makes sense. It's not legally acceptable.
Within our flawed sense of life, we actually find a 23-year-old hot female former soccer player in college, PE teacher that's blasting the starting quarterback who's, a senior.
Yeah. 18.
That's hot. Not legal, but if you think about it, it's hot. And, she can't make that 17-year-old stud of a quarterback do anything he doesn't want to do. Whereas, a man can overpower a girl physically and probably even mentally.
It feels like abuse the other way around.
It does. It's hot one way around, and it feels like abuse the
Yeah.
other. And we know that we're wrong for feeling that way, and we know that potentially
No, we're
that
not.
can get us in
But
trouble.
I'm glad that they're both equally illegal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that.
We can't be having a lot of double standards under the law.
Well, we should be able to.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, in life, does that mean we can't be real? That really kind of means that we can't really be ourselves on the air, and the fact that we have all kinds of double standards.
Well, absolutely. I understand double standards exist, but under the law, it just makes things very complicated.
I know. But it used to be you could be double standard and not so highly judged. Just say, hey, and you just admit it. Hey, I'm double standard on this.
Right.
I'm guilty of not having, probably the best outlook on this particular situation. But people wouldn't try to get you canceled or ruin your life or anything like that. You do anything now that pisses anybody off, and then anybody who's got a Facebook page with 14 burner Reddit accounts and 5 Twitters and 3 different Gmails and 15 Yahoo Hotmails and all that kind of deal, they could actually wreak havoc on you.
Why are you talking about me like that?
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Can I pee when you're done?
Yeah.
I have to make urine.
Let me, I'm going to do light.
Light's next.
She was banging her dad. But the weird thing is that she bangs him for like a decade. And I remember in the interview, her dad was like, we could run away to a deserted island and just live the way we want to live. He was like trying to romanticize their relationship. It was fucking weird. Maybe her dad was really... Well, he was a rock star, right? Like... Well, yeah, no shit. Became an addict to deal with the trauma. But I think she started doing drugs really fucking young, because, like, she was around it, and her dad did a lot of drugs. I think they did a lot of... I think she was at... What was she addicted to? Heroin? It was something bad. Hootie his resubbed. Is that what you wanted me to say? Bitch. What? I'm a bitch.
Not you.
Oh. Let me hurry up. I gotta make pee pee. You do? S. Brunetto? Or are you just saying that facetiously? Good morning, lumpy sponge. Thank you. God bless. Bursting at the seams.
What the hell? There's a fox on this computer.
Did you get any response from Rolo?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Bubba shaved.
Look like shit.
They're saying you look young as fuck. What's up, Big Lunger?
I just need to lose weight.
Me too.
Get that gob out of there and I'll be great as fuck. De-gob my shit.
What's up, LM Close? Little Wilbur's after birth.
What?
What's going on? I'm just talking to chat. Group of lips. You got that filament ordered, cuh? Temple Granick Gene. Gary Cantrell. Mr. Grimm.
Tara got a Janie Cakes and so Tara.
Oh,
Is Tara coming?
Yeah.
Oh, she got tickets for them?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On Tuesday, I was on fire. What was the setup? I don't know. Nothing different. What's up, Right Farm? Wayne, he does not. What's up, Lummy's Chip?
I'm always writing Hello songs. I'm an artist.
Yeah, she's got all kinds of songs. Just like Lizzo.
What is that? Oh, the Alec Baldwin deal.
You're like
Thank you,
Lizzo.
Jen.
You're like Lizzo.
What's that?
You're like Lizzo. Always.
What are you doing?
I'm having a problem with the computer.
Huh?
Something's wrong with that computer.
Something wrong with you today?
It's not playing on speakers.
There's always something wrong.
What's not playing?
Just the back computer.
What does that mean? Are we broken? Are we off air?
We're broken.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
What?
No, it's the computer that I use to record the show.
So what are you screwed? Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. With interest rates on the rise, you might want to check to see what your interest rate on your credit card is. It's probably, 24, 25%. The national average is about 19. And you're never going to get ahead at that rate, my friend, but you can get ahead if you start at a rate at 5.73% APR with AutoPay and excellent credit. A credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream can help you pay off your credit cards and lock in a low interest rate fixed. Plus, the rate is fixed and it'll never go up for the life of the loan. You can get a $5,000, you can get $100,000. Lightstream believes people with good credit deserve a better loan experience. That's exactly what they give you. And for my listeners now only, you can apply to get a special interest rate discount and save even more. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com.
/BTLS.
LIGHTSTREAM.com.
/BTLS.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.50% auto pay discount. Lowest rates require excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com /BTLS for more information. Today at 10:15, the after show will be I'm Right, You're Wrong. I'm sorry, I'm Right, You're Left, We're Screwed with me, Brent Hatley, and Brian the Babyface Matroni. That'll be available on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Bubba Army Radio, the Bubba Army app, and then it'll be later a podcast. So there you go. Dan and I are going to start doing a show that's podcast only. I think that starts next Friday, and it's going to be called Making Woke Our Bitch.
Yep.
Making Woke Our Bitch. And that won't be available anywhere except podcasting, because this could potentially be a problem in some of the other places that we, distribute the program.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget Facebook. I'm sorry, don't forget Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. Quite frankly, that's kind of the best way to do it nowadays. I'm not trying to, take away from Twitch or Super Chat or Stars or anything else, but, man, if you want to throw some cash our way, that goes towards your $2,400 BARP deal. The way to direct line us is the best, and really it's really easy to account and keep statistics because you can go into your PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App and break it down by persons who've contributed. So the accounting of it makes it simple. All at the Bubba Army, PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Thank you. Snoop Dogg, this is, for the life of me, I think I need to probably find out who reps Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg's the only guy. He's the only guy that can do anything like get high.
Metaverse stuff.
Right, like he even was getting high and smoking weed and getting arrested before weed was legal.
Mm-hmm.
I think at one time, didn't he shoot somebody?
He was definitely in
He was
jail.
in a gang, I believe so, when he was in a gang.
LBC.
I think Snoop has done some prison time.
He has, for sure, 100%.
Hey, Alexa, has Snoop Dogg ever been in prison?
Here's something I found on the web.
This one took a while. Well, she just cut herself off.
Yeah, he was in a gang, and I think it was 93. I believe he was charged with a murder charge.
Did Snoop Dogg go to prison? I like when she says it better than you, Lummy. I only like you to come in with the Lummy being if she cannot figure it out, and it's looking like that way. Hey, Alexa, did Snoop Dogg ever go to prison? She's being a real bitch right now.
Mm-hmm.
Drug possession and murder. He's been arrested.
Hey, Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. Baseball great Roberto Clemente was born on this day in 1934.
We might have a connection issue. That or she's got Tourette's.
She's got monkeypox.
The 12-time Golden Glove
Alexa,
Award.
Be quiet, please. Shut up. Hey, Alexa, do you got monkeypox on your lips? That's why you can't talk very well? Monkeypox? Hello, do you got something for me? Alexa, monkeypox. And she's a slow learner today.
So he was acquitted of the murder charge.
Oh, he was?
His lawyer was Johnny Cochran.
Anyway, Snoop Dogg, man, he's been on Super Bowl commercials. He's just like, he's the epitome of being cool. Corona commercials. I just don't, by the way,
Martha Stewart.
I'm not hating. I ain't hating at all. That guy's got the it factor where he can just roll around however he wants.
NFTs, he's on all of it.
I wonder how much he's worth.
Ooh, I'd say like 400 million, but let's see.
I say 250 million. What? Hey, Alexa, how much is Snoop Doggy Dogg worth? Maybe you had to put the doggy dog.
Snoop Dogg is worth an estimated $150 million US.
Not bad.
Anyway, he's got a new breakfast cereal coming out called the Snoop Loops.
Oh, nice.
Try it.
I wonder if they have little, you know what, Blitz, they probably don't because it's for kids, but they probably should have little marijuana leaves in there as the cereal, should they not?
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Dogg's new next episode, The Breakfast Business. The rapper, actor, entertainer is launching a new cereal called Snoop Loops The whole grain cereal looks similar to Kellogg's Fruit Loops, but it also includes marshmallows. Fellow rapper and mogul Master P unveiled the new breakfast treat on his Instagram over the weekend. Oh, is this I don't see the pictures of the Snoop deal.
I think it's just the box that you get at the top. It's crazy that these hardcore gangsters are doing all this like cereal stuff. Yeah, isn't Ice-T doing some sort of insurance commercials or something?
You should be. Hey, this is Ice-T.
Right.
And when you smash and T-bone a guy, you better have good ass insurance. Call the general.
They were on the street shooting people and dealing drugs, and now they're releasing cereals.
How much is Shaq worth?
Oh, he's worth
what, 500 mil?
And you know what? I didn't really even appreciate Shaq until after his playing
400
career.
million.
He's just a brilliant businessman. He's no nonsense.
Good guy.
Him and Charles was good.
Yeah.
He's
What's Charles worth?
Oh.
Hey Alexa, what's Charles' birthday? Wow.
Even I knew that.
Charles Barkley is worth an estimated $50 million. His annual base salary is $6 million.
Good job, Alexa.
Good job, old girl. Look at that.
She knew where you were going with that.
She knew. We got kind of a thing going on, her and I do. Today at 10:15, again, Hatley and Babyface. That'll be in all the pieces parts. And if you want to Venmo us and Cash App us and show us some love because you appreciate the show, appreciate that doing it as well. Oh, I got a hold on. I got a trivia question, and everybody put your hands up so you're not Googling it, especially Blitz, the biggest dirty Googler ever, when we're doing trivia. Everybody, let me see your hands. There you go, Blitz. And let me make sure Rhett's not doing it for you and then shouts it out to you. Let me see your hands. All right. Does anybody know what TMZ originally stood for?
30-mile zone. I didn't Google it.
30-mile zone.
Did I tell you that?
No, I know what it means. There's actually an intersection that so they measure 30 miles out, and that's where they can film TV stuff. And if you're out of the TMZ, it costs more money.
My God, I love you. You're brilliant. I just found that out about 3 weeks ago. I'm like, man.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
Nope.
No, 30-mile zone. And so one of Harvey Levins's mantras within the business, if it doesn't happen within 30 miles of Hollywood.
It's an old TV thing.
It is?
Oh, yeah. So you have to film within that area. If you film outside of the area,
you wouldn't get like a tax credit or something, right?
Well, you pay your crew more money.
Oh, okay.
Because they have to travel farther and all that. You pay them for travel and all that.
Right.
Yeah. That's an old TV thing.
Pretty stupid now. I thought I had one up on everybody, and Blitz just completely reshoved. Thank you. Thank you. But you know what, Anna? You didn't know it, did you?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's an old TV term that if you filmed anything outside of 30 miles of was it the Hollywood sign, Blitz, or something like that?
It's an actual intersection, I believe. It's not the Hollywood sign, but it's an intersection.
I didn't know where they based the 30-mile radius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably would start at the water, right, and then move eastward.
No, it's from the center. It's from an actual I forget the intersection.
And if it's you have to be in that 30-mile zone, Anna, for it to be a
Beverly Boulevard and La Cienega. And
if you filmed outside of that, then your union guys got paid more money, and it was just whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought I was super cool on that one that nobody would know.
The people who watch.
Anna, you ever notice Blitz knows a little bit about everything?
He knows everything. He does. Blitz knows everything.
This is
maybe don't show this. I don't remember watching this video, so I don't know what exactly they showed.
Right, Blitz, you don't show it.
Okay, I was trying to
say that her work was beautiful. She was someone who
So this is Alec Baldwin, and they're saying that the investigations are showing that he indeed did fire the gun right at her.
Yeah,
like it was pointed.
The FBI, I think.
It was pointed, like it wasn't pointed up. It wasn't mishandled. It was
He fired the gun.
Right.
Which he kept claiming he never touched the trigger.
Right, but he did.
Yeah.
Was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
And this is Alec Baldwin that's talking about the cinematographer, whatever they call her, the woman that he killed, the woman that got killed
by accident
on the set.
Correct.
Was a movie called Rust?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
All right. And here's the deal, man. And especially with Blitz being a huge gun advocate and knowing how to properly handle guns, and you're very much a gun. You take your guns apart. You know how to put them together. I would say you're kind of a gunsmith-ish kind of guy, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Although not official gunsmith, but you do all your own work.
Yeah.
On your guns.
Yeah.
And you're on one end of the spectrum. And then
I like the gunsmithing part of it more than even shooting.
Right. But what I'm saying is you're on the extreme one side of guns, meaning you know how to handle them, you know how to work on them, you know how to, you know everything about them. You can work on them, you can fix them, you can look at a gun and tell you what it is, blah, blah, blah. Alec Baldwin's on the other end of the deal where he knows nothing about guns, and the only guns that he's handled have been probably during an acting, type situation. And when you're an actor, and you're probably on the side of the guns that he is, guns probably scare you. You don't know anything about them. You don't know how they work necessarily. Anna, you're kind of in that world before you started dating Blitz. You didn't really know a lot about.
I still don't.
Guns.
A little bit more than I did before, but not much, honestly.
If I handed you a gun and I said, Anna, be careful, there's one in the chamber. You wouldn't
just
know.
Back away.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly, truly, I hate guns.
Right.
And I know that I have to get over that fear, but I hate them.
And there's probably a lot of actors that hate guns, but it's part of their job.
Right.
Most actors hate guns.
Right. But, if they're not going to turn down, a $10 or $15 million action figure role that, let's say Tom Cruise hated guns. Well, guns are part of the Mission Impossible. But you can't have guns in the Mission Impossible franchise. You cannot not have guns.
Right.
Yeah, you have to have them.
So as an actor, you have to do it. All the guns they hand you as an actor, you are to assume on most movie sets, a huge gun world in itself. They got like 15 Blitz Ks in there, making sure the guns are handled properly, they're blanks, the whole 9 yards. And so I feel for Alec Baldwin and the fact that he knows nothing about guns. And so he's been handed guns probably thousands of times during movie sets, and he probably just plays around with them, because they're just play guns. They are. They're play guns. They're supposed to be play guns.
Yeah.
And so I can only imagine how this guy feels, because he didn't really. This is truly an accident. Now, there's negligence, and there's an accident, and there's, and he is the one that killed her. But this wasn't intentional. This was truly an accident.
Yeah.
Yep.
Truly, it was. Now, does it make it less of a crime?
Yes.
I personally kind of think it does.
Of course it does.
I think it makes
Intention matters.
Right. And in life, there are, unfortunately, as civilians, we don't ever want to acknowledge this or be told this, but sometimes accidents and stuff just happens.
Yep.
Sometimes grandma gets ran over by a bus.
Yes.
And because the brakes went out.
Right.
And the bus driver wasn't boss hogging his way, driving
wasn't
like Blitz. He just
wasn't driving like Ann Hetch.
Right. He was, the bus was going 25 mile an hour, and he lost his brakes and he hit grandma.
But people always want answers and excuses, and sometimes, not often, but sometimes things just happen.
And so Alec Baldwin, because he didn't want to go to jail, because it increases the already civil award he's going to have, the check he's going to have to write gets bigger when he tells the truth. And the truth is, yeah, I pulled the trigger because I have been handed 5,040 guns in my career, and none of them have ever been lethal.
But he came out and kept saying he never pulled the trigger.
I know he's got to say that, though.
Because now he's blaming it on the hammer.
It's true. It's too bad that he just can't be honest, because he did. He pulled the trigger. But it's not really his fault. But it is. And I feel for him. I really do. I feel for this guy. This could happen to all of us.
I feel for him, and I can't stand the guy. But like I said from day one, he won't be charged. But
he's going to write a big check, I promise you.
Yes.
He's going to wipe him out like the sex tape did me. This is going to be his sex tape.
Oh.
Instead of video killed the radio star, prop gun killed the actor.
Videographer.
No, he's an actor. Prop gun.
Killed him, you mean?
Yeah. The movie star.
Yeah. Prop gun killed the movie star.
Like, is he acting? Like, I don't know.
No, I really don't. I really don't think he's.
I know, but it's hard to tell.
I think a lot of this is acting, though.
I don't. I'd break down right now if I shot Anna.
What?
No, maybe not.
Well, yeah, because you'd be dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Blitz, let me ask you a question. Let's say I got my gun right here, which I do.
Oh boy.
And I go to pick it up, and it's a Glock, and I go to pick it up to look at it, and it misfires, and it goes through my computer screen and hits Anna and kills her.
Yeah.
I wasn't, mad at her. I wasn't engaging her. I wasn't even, trying to hurt her. I just mishandled a gun. Would you kill me? I don't think
I'd
you
probably
would.
shoot you a few times.
Oh, but not kill him?
No, honestly.
Yeah.
You would.
You wouldn't kill him
if
for
you.
me?
Well,
No, I make him suffer.
Oh, good.
No,
That's my man.
Answer it honestly. Answer it dead ass honest. Like, let's not be.
Yeah, dead ass.
Let's not be shtick. Let's just be honest. If I had my gun and, you're even here, I'm like, hey, look at my new gun, Blitz. You're like, hey, you need to be careful of that. I'm like, I got it. And, I'm messing around.
Oh, after he told you to be careful?
Yeah, after I told you to be careful. I'd
You're
probably
dead.
shoot you. Yeah.
Bitch ass.
Be afraid of my life.
Man, that means I got to be a witness. But I'm on your side.
I'll shoot you too.
No, but I'm on your side.
Oh, okay.
Bubba stood up and shot Anna in the face, and Blitz was trying to defend her.
Lummy picks up the gun and just shoots himself in the head.
That's good to know, Lummy, that you're automatically.
Well, he's going to shoot me, Bubba.
And I'm dead. So
No,
what?
I mean, I would try to give you mouth to mouth and, a couple of pumps on the heart, but there's nothing I can do. I got to save myself.
Couple pumps in the heart.
Then Dan
Put your
gets
clothes
out
back
his
on,
gun
Lummy.
and shoots Blitz.
Oh, then I'm just.
And then we got everybody. Everybody's dead except Dan.
And Dr. DeFilthy.
And the filthy ran out the back as fast as he could.
And his little socks and slides.
You better hope the merch crick ain't here filling orders upstairs, because she'll come down here gun lit up too for her man.
Oh, she'd be the only one left then.
Hey, Blitz, you better worry about the crick coming on down and getting you.
I ain't worried.
Daddy! They shot Daddy!
Not Daddy.
I'm free.
Lummy!
Oh, I thought we were playing the part still.
Sorry, we were all thinking it, Lummy.
But admired by everybody who
And we're the only ones that can make the Alec Baldwin mishap our deal.
I know.
We turn it around into us. We're so goddamn selfish.
I mean, I think
we're so narcissistic that we take every tragedy and make it ours.
I'm sure he is absolutely upset about this, but this is also some acting.
You know what? Probably.
He's like a professional liar, so it's like hard to tell.
Hey, don't knock us.
worked with her. I'm holding the gun where she told me to hold it, which ended up being aimed right in below her armpit, was what I was told. I don't know. This was a completely incidental shot.
Man, holy bags on the eyes.
No
Dan
kidding.
can suck those right down to zero.
An angle that may not have ended up in the film at all. But we kept doing this.
Oh, I love him. I love this guy. George Snuffleupagus.
George
Snuffleupagus. George Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
I do like him.
I think he has a really hot wife, if I remember.
Whatever. I mean, I even like him more now. Maybe we can have a threesome.
So then I said to her, now in this scene, I'm going to cock the gun. And I said, do you want to see that? And she said, yes. So I take the gun and I start to cock the gun. I'm not going to pull the trigger. I said, do you see that? She goes, well, just cheat it down until...
Blitz, you know what happened is he did the half cock willy where it slips off your finger and goes. And there's enough pressure to do the firing pin.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that.
He says
it down a little bit like that, and I cock the gun. I go, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And she says, and then I let go of the hammer of the gun, and the gun goes off.
Blitz, that could happen. You know that. Blitz, you know damn well that can happen. If you had a gun that had a firing lever, and you're taking it back, and I've even seen it happen where it slipped out of a guy's finger and went and it discharged.
I don't know the exact gun, but I don't really think that can
It
happen.
was a single action Colt 45 caliber F5 Filipita.
I let go of the hammer of the gun, the gun goes off. At the moment. That was the moment the gun went off, yeah. That was.
Blitz, how you think them cowboys used to go bam, 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 like that?
I thought they usually pulled the trigger.
No.
The FBI report said that
they go bam, 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 bam,
the
bam,
FBI
with the trigger. I'm
the
sorry, go ahead.
FBI report said it could not have been fired without someone pulling the trigger,
Correct.
a determination they made after conducting accidental discharge testing.
He did pull the trigger, but I
Well,
think
he
the
claimed he
trigger
didn't,
was.
I thought.
He didn't.
He said right here he did. He
No.
says he
No,
pulls the
no,
trigger.
no, he says
Pointed
he
at
doesn't.
it.
Oh, pull the lever. Pull the lever.
The hammer.
Yeah, the hammer.
But Blitz, can't you? Isn't there
No.
incidents where the hammer only
No.
goes halfway back?
Yeah, but it's not going to hit the firing pin though, or that's not how it works.
So it has to. So you're saying that when
Well,
the
don't forget-
only way the firing pin gets uncovered is when it goes all the way back and it's cocked, and then that causes the firing pin to be exposed.
Again,
right?
I don't know that specific gun, but a lot of times too, when you pull the hammer back, that trigger is like a hair trigger. You just got to touch it and it goes off.
Hello.
Hey, Bubba, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, real quick, you just said it yourself that this guy has no idea about these guns. He's had them in his hand. But anyways, he hired a professional. He might have had several professionals that he hired to take care of that for him. And I'm sure there were some documents that were signed, some contracts. So that stuff shouldn't fall on his lap. He hired professionals to check out those guns. They should be in trouble.
There's a lot of onus from different people here. There's a lot of people that potentially are at fault. The guy that obviously is the first and foremost more to that list would be, the guy that pulled the trigger or who had, let's just say this. Now, let's not say the guy that pulled the trigger. The guy that had the gun in his hand. That's where it starts. And then you reverse engineer it as to the time who handled the chain of
Put
custody.
the live round in the gun.
The chain of custody of that gun. Where did the gun start? Who loaded it? Who determined who gave it to this person? Who gave it to that person? Who gave it to Alec? And did the camera woman, actually say these instructions? Pull the lever back, pull it back, pull it back. Like there's a lot of things, and that I'm sure the FBI has already investigated. This is only Alec Baldwin's side of the story.
Right.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Again, isn't that something to be determined? The chain of custody of that gun.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I think Blitz had said, as this was a little more topical, that there's the first and foremost problem they had on this particular issue was they were non-union. A bunch of people had already walked off the site in the armament division because of the recklessness.
Mm-hmm.
There'd been a few people that worked in that, let's just call it the gun division of the movie, that had already quit and walked off because it was being very sloppily ran. Am I not right?
Yes.
The moment they're going on.
So you have this Colt 45, you just pulled,
The hammer as far back as I could without cocking the actual.
and you're holding on to the hammer.
I'm holding that. I'm just showing. I go, how about that? Does that work? Do you see that? Do you see that? She goes, yeah, that's good.
Hey, Blitz, you know what would be maybe a good video that we could get some traction on is that, like, maybe do you have any lever type guns? You have any guns with levers?
Lever?
Trigger.
Hammer?
Hammer. Yeah.
You got any hammer guns?
Yeah, but I don't have the same type of gun that this was, though.
A Colt 45?
It's too bad
And
we
two
couldn't.
zigzags.
It's too bad we couldn't get one of these guns and like go out to a shooting range or to Gary Grubbs' Sunwest Mine dirt pile or something.
There's a bunch of YouTube videos of people doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of trying to
of
simulate or
Sure.
recreate that.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry.
How does that come out with those? Have you seen them? Does it fire?
I mean, I'm sure I've watched at least
Send me
one.
one.
and
Let me
they
go with that.
It will not fire.
It says that gun, when working properly, will not release a bullet and primer simultaneously by just fiddling with the hammer alone.
Right.
Well, if anybody got any videos on the deal, send it to me.
Bang, the gun goes.
Bang!
The notion that there was a live round in that gun.
Now, again, that's a problem. That's
Absolutely.
not necessarily Alec Baldwin's problem because that's not part of his job. Now, gun 101 is the first thing that anybody teaches you anything about guns. Blitz, your dad or you taught yourself or whatever person introduced you to guns or whatever you read, the number one rule, I think,
Finger off the trigger.
is no. Assume the gun you're handed is loaded.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Always. Like that's like number one. Like when your dad's teaching you how to shoot a gun or your uncle's teaching you how to shoot a gun or you're reading on how to shoot a gun, it says assume that all guns you handle are loaded. That way you'll never point them at anybody, you'll never dry fire them, blah, blah, blah. And only after extensively checking the magazine, the chamber, and everything like that, can you, after you have visibly done your inspection, can you truly guarantee the gun is empty, right? Assume that they say, Anna, assume all guns you
That's
handle.
a good assumption to make.
Right. So Blitz had Alec Baldwin assume that gun was loaded. If he would have wanted to have to dry fire it, you could have pointed it up to the ceiling or pointed it away from somebody other than somebody's chest cavity that's 4 feet away.
It says, wasn't he being instructed by the woman that he shot? Because she was trying to get a certain angle for the movie.
Yeah.
So
she was
it's a little bit different in that way.
Right. When you're on the movie,
on a set, yeah.
And they're trying to frame up that action photo that involves you pointing a gun.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Not dawn on me till probably 45 minutes to an hour later.
45 minutes to an hour. Well, there are some who say you're never supposed to point a gun at anyone on a set, no matter what.
Not on a set, in life.
Yeah.
If you point a gun at somebody, your intention is to shoot them.
Unless the person is the cinematographer who's directing me where to point the gun for her camera angle. That's exactly what happened.
How do you respond to actors like George Clooney who say that every time they were handed a gun, they checked it themselves?
Well, there were a lot of people who felt it necessary to contribute some comment to the situation, which really didn't help the situation at all.
He just needs to go into his Donald Trump impersonation right now.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that can save you right now, Alec.
You have if your protocol is you checking the gun.
George, you're asking too tough of questions. You're fired.
You're fired.
Well, good for you. Good for you. You know what I mean? I probably handled weapons as much as any other actor in films with an average career. Again, shooting or being shot by someone. And in that time, I had a protocol, and it never let me down.
One of your brothers, Daniel, suggested that you've also become a target for your political views. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't.
I think. No, hold on. I think he probably has. And that's the mantra now, is that if you get in trouble or get into a scrape up, they instantaneously roll in your political view.
Well, no, I think the issue here is that he's anti-gun and guns. Yeah, and he's the one that's killed somebody.
Yeah, again, I think that's in play.
It should be.
I think it's in play.
Yeah.
If you
saying like you didn't know how to properly handle it, and because of your ignorance, you killed somebody.
Right. I think that's kind
And then
of.
saying that everybody else shouldn't own guns because they're not safe.
I don't think that's an out of bounds deal at all.
Right.
If you've been vocal against guns and you happen to be in a gun accident, and although maybe not completely your fault, well, that's in play. That's in play.
Mm-hmm.
You were loud-mouthing before. Now that's in play. Trust me, that's come back and bite me in the ass. I wish I wasn't a loudmouth on some stuff.
It happens.
I don't think that anybody.
It's just called life. Sometimes we say too many things, especially when you're in this profession. Piss off the wrong people. Get blackballed.
Has said anything about and has used this as an opportunity other than people you would fully expect to have done that. I'm not somebody who has a lot of vivid dreams, but I have dreams about this constantly now.
Well, listen. Here's the official ruling.
Not the dreams.
It was truly a mistake. It was a mistake. And, you're not going to, no jail time. There was no intent. This was truly an accident.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to probably require you to be part of a civil. You're writing
some checks.
Writing some checks. It's going to hurt you.
And not just for what he did, but he was also the guy, like it was his movie, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I don't know, necessarily. I think that Hollywood's not going to hold this against you. I don't know if this gets you blackballed or not. I don't think.
Hold on.
I don't think it should.
What about the fact that he possibly lied?
Well, that's
because he
a
said
lot
he didn't pull the trigger, and then after the investigation, they said there's no way that the gun would have gone off unless you pulled the trigger.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset with him because he's changed his story and he's lied about it. And then he tried to throw a bunch of people under the bus early on.
I understand. He could be in trouble for all that.
Alec Baldwin now speaking out with a stunning claim, insisting that he never pulled any trigger on that gun in the shooting death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
It's like everybody is just
When was this?
grasping
He's just an
for their
idiot,
lives.
is what he is.
Well, there's a gun
set of
expert
his
that
film
comes
Rust.
on.
Watch this.
The trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never.
So
but some triggers are very sensitive, and you don't even know that you're pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
If your
he did.
finger's in that trigger area, and as you're engage or pulling back that hammer, it's all.
But to say it so defiantly that he didn't do it.
It's all a working mechanism that simultaneously works together, and maybe your finger just literally grazed the trigger, but indeed it did,
Right.
and it went off. It was enough pressure to make it go off.
Attorney for the film's assistant director, Dave Halls, who reportedly handed that gun, Halls, to Baldwin on the set, says that her client.
I mean, a pretty good looking guy, don't you think?
Yeah.
Backs Alec Baldwin's claim.
And what a beautiful, is it like Lake Tahoe or
It's a
something?
nice setting.
Oh my
Something
God.
like that.
Yeah.
The entire time, Baldwin had his finger outside the trigger guard, parallel to the barrel, and that.
Now, since she was framing up a shot, I wonder if anybody was rolling on the deal. I don't think they were, because if they had film of it, this would make this far easier to wade through.
Well, but did you hear what she said first? She said he had his finger outside of the trigger. And now he just said in that ABC interview that he had his finger
on it,
He
next to
told
the
me
trigger.
since day one he thought it was a misfire.
So Santa Fe County Sheriff Adon Mendoza tells Fox News today, quote, guns don't just go off. So whatever needs to happen to manipulate the firearm, he did that, and it was in his hands.
I think that's a pretty good explanation. I think that's pretty cut and dry. That's what happened. Now, what penalty that comes with is yet to be determined.
This investigation obviously is still underway. So let's bring in Steve Wolf, a weapons safety expert for films who's been involved with investigations of 4 accidental movie set shootings, including the 1993 shooting of Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee. Steve, good to have you back on the program.
All right, so this guy's got some credibility. Like, he's been in this world before. Bruce Lee's son being one of the more high-profile ones, right?
Yeah. So what do you make of what Alec Baldwin said there and the AD backs up?
Well, I think that Alec is a brilliant actor and, has us convinced that he believes what he's saying. And I'm actually convinced he believes what he's saying, too. I just don't think it makes any sense according to the laws of physics and gun safety.
Why not?
Well, because a gun is a machine and machines, are inanimate. If I take this gun, and I cock it back like that, and I leave it undisturbed for.
By the way, this is a gun expert, and this is Fox News.
3.5 years, the gun will not discharge itself. Guns don't discharge themselves. You have to do an intentional act, and when I say intentional, I mean that you have to affirmatively have done the act. You cannot simply look at the gun, hold the gun, stare at the gun to make the gun shoot. You actually have to press the trigger. Now, you may press the trigger without having intended to do so, and I believe that.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I believe that's what
When
happened.
it's fully cocked, a lot of those guns, especially single
why Mr.
actions,
Baldwin is
don't
saying
use
that
much
he
force
didn't-
at all to fire.
Right, there's like very little.
Yeah, some of them you just barely touch.
He kind of barely
press
touched
the
it.
trigger,
But-
but his finger did.
But you,
So
let me just, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he fingered it. He didn't mean to finger. Sometimes
Yeah.
things get fingered that don't want to be fingered. And
Right.
sometimes you're throwing a
One
finger.
slips in there.
Right. Sometimes you didn't have an intention to finger it, and it gets fingered.
There should have been no live rounds on the set.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
That's where it starts, Blitz. And again, some of this onus has to go on that person.
Yeah. There were lots of lines of defense
you would
that
have
were
to
crossed.
have
I mean, this
the
might be-
hammer
hold
back
on.
and cocked, like you.
This might end up being a civil suit, Blitz, where they throw them all in there, and then the jury gives you a percentage of negligence. You know
or
what I'm saying?
blame, culpability.
Like there's some laws, there's some states that like say, okay, Alec Baldwin, we're going to award, $25 million, and Alec Baldwin, we feel that you're 60% responsible for that. And the person that put the round in, you're 30% responsible, and the production company that employed the guy that didn't check is 10% liable.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's how this is all going to go down. It just threw me to another deal. I put the other one on pause.
Oh no!
Gun Safety
You
Willie
go
on pause,
lummy.
and now it's throwing me a Sean Hannity deal here. Let's see what Sean was saying. What was he talking about?
Attempting to block the release of the affidavit that is used that was used to search President Trump's home. They don't want you to know exactly why they went in. They don't want you to know exactly why they went in. And
Thanks a lot.
Very quickly,
Sean Hannity.
Where do you? And we're running late. I gotta go to words. But where do you guys? We're done with the Alec Baldwin deal. But where are you guys standing on this FBI Mar-a-Lago raid? I mean, I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
It's kind of odd.
I mean, and is it already going away? And is there
No.
is there any of these huge? Did they find anything that was really? I mean, did they find
Supposedly
anything?
they did?
Did they find anything that really was
I don't
a
know.
threat to our country's security and intel and I mean, is this just a bunch of nonsense, or are they really going to charge Trump for something?
I mean, I think that the objective was to try to make it so he wouldn't be able to run in the next election cycle.
It's just weird, like the different people reporting on who was behind it, with the judge that approved it, to the FBI, the head of the FBI that came from Michigan to D.C., who botched the Michigan governor and planted evidence, and then the judge that approved it was a lawyer for Jeffrey Epstein and had to accuse himself, or whatever it's called, from the recuse himself from the Hillary Clinton Trump
email scandal.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like,
did it need to be the dog and pony show that it ended up being? Especially
maybe,
when,
I don't know.
Well, if you consider, Anna, when Hillary Clinton, when they were investigating
and that's exactly the issue that a lot of people are bringing up. Like,
she had
maybe
servers.
Yeah, so maybe it is the case that this judge should have approved this order to raid his home, perhaps. But the fact that they don't do it to everybody else, that they don't do it to Hunter Biden, that they don't do it to Hillary Clinton, who just deleted 30,000 emails or whatever, like, that's insane.
And set up a server.
Right.
I mean, it's like
after
almost,
she was subpoenaed, she deleted it.
Almost,
it's like, oh, we need to see your stuff. Oh, okay, well, it's deleted now.
Like, it's
like,
almost
what?
There was some sort of professional courtesy, no matter how much trouble you potentially, did or whatever. They didn't make it a dog and pony show, and they handled it a little bit more privately.
Well, they didn't handle it at all.
Or they didn't handle it at all.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that these people aren't being treated equally, fairly. So, listen, maybe it is the case that Trump's home should have been raided, but the fact that they're not doing it to other people is a problem.
Well, another thing, too, is they're saying it's just like the Roger Stone, where they had CNN already there with cameras set up, and they got it on Friday and waited till Monday when Trump would be out of town and in New York. So there'd be less Secret Service, and then they wouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into, we get a few of those articles. I'm going to get into that nonsense.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Oh, no meal today, Blitz. I got something.
He's got something.
If you see Blitz, tell him no meal.
No meal, Blitz.
How are we not able to recover those emails?
Matt Anderson, motherfucking 100 on Venmo. I'll give you some love right now, buddy.
Did she destroy the computer? Like, I mean, not that that would even matter, but
yeah, like
how do you delete all those emails and not have some fucking like Blitz hacker dude be able to go in there and get him back?
Because he was afraid he would die.
That's a great point, Bubba. That's a great point.
So he's afraid that fucking Bill will get him off?
Right. It's like someone made the analogy that, like, if Trump was subpoenaed and then he just decided that he just burned those 15 boxes of shit, that's exactly what Hillary did. Like, oh, you want to see my shit? Oh, I've deleted it. Hoes. These hoes. How do I'm trying to resubscribe to Amazon Prime. I'm getting commercials. It's hard if it's fully encrypted. It could take years. Well, fucking get on it. Who cares? Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm trying to do Amazon Prime Willie. Use the there it is. That's what's up. Subscribe with Prime. Good morning, Skizooter. Good morning, Poodle Ballin', Thuggish Ruggish Nerd. Good morning, Dr. Dan's Blooming Onion Maker. That's what's up. Grouper Lips, Felix the Cat. 100 years or more. I mean, that seems ridiculous. I don't know if I believe that. Not that I know anything, but that seems insane. Hello. What's up, Amp-Away? Big ol' hog leg. I don't know anything about encryption, but I just feel like there's got to be someone out there that could have recovered those emails. But like Bubba said, maybe they're just scared for their life. I'm not in the soft pack, Lily. Oh dear God. She looks like an alien. She kind of looks like a flea. It's not good. It's not good. Oh. Mm-hmm. Ding dong. Someone said on ammo. You okay? You look stressed out.
No, good. Good. Good.
You look fucking stressed.
I just went through Rhett's fart and it smells bad. Sorry.
He farted.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The chat room turns fans into Kimberlands. People clonking, talking bad, making Bubba realize the seventh man thinks they're calling the shots and drinks. So Iggy slaps him down and Blitz will shine a laser beam. Gary gets smacked up and Glory Hole gets backed up. Yeah, you can tell whose monthly sub is up.
This is how they troll. One Bubba show.
They hang around, wait for something Larry doing.
This is how they troll. One Bubba show.
They never sub but got their hands out. This is how they troll. They clunk when on it's cool. They're taking all they can, never giving as a fan.
So this is how they troll. One Bubba show. Yeah, well, this is how they troll when Twitch is on a roll. They're kicking Bubba when they love their favorite morning show. They're always talking spit when subscriptions just a click. Won't even come out of their empty pockets with some bits. Now they're all up in the chat, never think of giving back. But Bubba's never quitting hugger, this is just a fact. So this is how they troll. One Bubba show.
They hang around, wait for something Larry doing.
This is how they troll. Show.
They never sub but got their hands out.
my friend. Cut out the middleman. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all at the Bubba Army. Matt Anderson just threw 100 on my Venmo. He's making his way to Barb. Need all your money in less than a month. Preferably September 1st. Actually, we go to the 15th. Blitz and I are working on the ring list right now as we speak. So I got a question with regards to the Hall of Fame shelving. I don't know if Anna, well, I mean, I guess Anna can have an input, but it'd probably be mostly Blitz, a little bit of Lummy. But if you look at the stage now, Lummy.
Yep.
Blitz. You can see that there's, 2 sets and 2 sets, and then there's a space in between of the 2 sets of shelving. Well, we need, we're going to have to add some shelving to accommodate this year's class of 2022. Which, Lummy, I think is it 15 individuals?
Yes, it is.
Big Fildo, Red, Creatine Travis, better known as Mike Bellagio.
Mike Bellagio.
Hierarchy 65, Larry Bueller, JB Wood, Greg and Amy, RC Hellaman, Slam and Phoebe's Beef, 843 Bubba, Dianavac, Poodle Ballin', Bubba's Cankles, and Go Shuck is your class of 2022. Congratulate them if you got an opportunity. Now, Blitz, do I leave that middle section blank because we could put a monitor back there for the back of our podcast world, or do I just go straight across with some shelving and, put busts, and then the middle of our podcast set would potentially have a bust? I think that we leave it open and start doing the shelving on the sides.
That's what I was going to say. What about the sides if we wrap it around?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, put it on the side.
So, Blitz, would you agree that we shouldn't connect those 2 pieces, that we should keep that as a natural break for...
I mean, I think connecting those 2 and making them look good would be kind of hard, too.
Yeah, I do, too. So, okay, good. We're all the same. So, I got to get with Big Red this week.
Okay.
Because we need to get these, up. Have you started your process of emailing
Yes,
all
I
of
have.
our Hall of Famers and getting their required pictures and then getting that sent to a file, then getting that to Grouper Lips so we can start whittling away?
Yeah, I've reached out to the company. They sent me the invoice. I need to get that over to Blitz.
No, me.
Yeah,
Matter.
either one. I got that this morning, and then I got a couple pictures already.
Get it to me ASAP because I want to.
Okay, I'll
I want to pay it right out. I want to send them a check and they got it. There's no excuses at all.
All right, I'll print it and give it to you today.
Like Blitz, I don't want they didn't get the check till November,
Right.
so they didn't do the files until they're going to have the check by next Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you just go online and pay it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I'll pay it today.
Perfect. I'll print it and give it to you.
That way, there's no excuses, and then Grouper Lips can start a whittling now.
Yep, he's already ordered more filament.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
And you know what? Do we probably need to? There's probably a significant amount of cost in that. Like Blitz, what's that? What do you think the cost in it? I shouldn't expect Grouper Lips to do this for free. I got to assure that, what's his 18 pallets of filament cost or whatever hell he's buying?
$7.
So I need to send him $7?
Yep.
Okay. $7.
Send him a check.
$7 won't even pay for the power it takes to run that one machine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By the way, you can go to BubbaArmyMerch.com. We have a few of the 12-ounce stainless steel hard-lined koozies, a few of the skinny ones left as well. I just ordered some new 30-ounce tumblers. The QR code original OG Bubba Army shirts are up, and I just reordered hats. And Lummy, the 3x5 double-sided flag will be available soon for you tailgaters or... Now, if Sumo, for instance, Blitz has a regular flagpole in his lawn, he isn't flying an American flag or nothing like that. But I think
why would you do that?
I don't think it's against the flag code or rules, so to speak. The rule is you can't run a flag if you're running a flag and the American flag. The flag that you run can't be higher than the American flag.
Correct.
The American flag has to always be the highest flag.
Equal or higher.
Yes. It's disrespectful. So But if Sumo's not running an American flag and he's just running a Bubba Army flag, that's not bad, is it?
Nope.
Right. So run your Bubba Army flag. Hopefully, it won't get your house egged for Halloween. And maybe take it down for Halloween. Did you guys ever egg as kids?
Yeah.
No.
I know you did, Nana, because you're a perfect little angel. But
I wasn't. I
guarantee you,
TP'd one time, but I was scared.
You TP'd, you threw the toilet paper with your really horrible throw. You
I actually have great aim.
You probably missed the bushes.
Actually, I didn't.
What were you TPing, a tree?
No. It was like a house.
You just, throw it on top of their house?
No. You unravel it a little bit, and then you throw it.
But where'd you throw it? To the bushes, to the trees?
I think it was. I hit a tree, but it was fine. That was the point.
And were you scared that the cops were going to get you?
So scared.
Run home as fast as you possibly could.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever corned?
No, we're not from Indiana.
Oh man. Lummy, have you soaped?
What are you talking? What's corned?
Hey, what's corned?
Pranks that you do during Halloween.
Like what?
Well, soap the windows. This is like you get a bad. Here's what you did. After you were too old to trick or treat, because those are for kids.
I trick or treated till I was like 17, but I was also a virgin till I was like 24. Right. So
But in my neighborhood, Blitz, as soon as you got a bike, as soon as you were
13,
14,
yeah.
Then trick or treating wasn't cool.
But it's for candy, man.
But what was cool was to go out in a pack of 3 or 4 of your buddies and wear dark and scare the kids.
Wear dark?
Wear a dark sweatshirt and a dark pair of sweatpants.
Yeah, I got it.
And go around and the people that you didn't like, you soaped their windows. You took a bar of soap and you'd soap their windows, or you would egg their house, which is pretty much a dick move because eggs hurt paint. Yeah. Or Blitz, you'd hard corn them, and what you do is you go get 5-gallon buckets of feed corn.
Okay.
And you hide in the bushes, and when a car goes by, you go out and you throw it at the car, and it literally sounds, if you're in a car, it sounds like you're getting riddled with a shotgun. Like if you got a car that's going 45 and we jump out of the bushes and we throw each of us have a handful of hard corn and we pelt your car with hard corn. Or if you hard corn somebody's windows,
You're a nightmare.
That really
scares them.
That really scares them. Yeah. I don't know. I was even talking about it.
I don't know if kids do that these days.
I don't think they do.
I'm sure there's a few, but not like it used to be.
No way.
Back in the day, man, it was our whole neighborhood. You had 3 packs of bad kids, and then Doug Clem let it be known if he caught anybody soaping his windows. By the way, our house never got egged and never got soaped because Doug Clem said, I will beat any of you. I don't care how old you are. I will beat you. And I'll come over to your dad's house and I'll beat him up too.
And you want to know why there's no pranks like that? Because kids are just lazy.
You're right.
You know what I mean? No one has their driver's license. I mean, you could bike and do stuff, but no one has their driver's license and everyone's lazy and just wants to stay home in their room.
Right. We had to plan this to be Larry, you go get the corn.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more boys would get the soap and I'd go steal.
Yeah, it's already too much work.
Let's just play Call of Duty.
I mean, let's just play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Let your little sister, her little 7-year-old, go out and trick or treat all in her little princess outfit. But why don't you play me on Fortnite, dude?
Then I'll steal her candy when she gets home.
Yeah,
exactly. And what I'll do is sometimes your mom would go out. My mom would go out with my sister when she was young, and then she would make me hand out the candy. Well, that sucked.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because back then there was no honor system. The way neighborhoods do it now is they just put the rich people just put a big old bucket full of candy out there and say, please take one. Yeah, right.
No one ever listens to that.
You actually answered the door?
But back in the day, they would listen to it. Kids would only take one.
So why didn't you just do that?
Because my mom wanted me to answer the door and say, trick or treat, and just the whole Midwestern, but
You didn't turn the lights off and just eat all the candy yourself?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you didn't do that.
No, Lummy, because you never knew when my mom was coming home, and if she came home to the dark house, and then I'd get in trouble.
Right.
But I did go out soaping, corning, and egging. You're right, Blitz. Kids are too lazy now. They're just too lazy.
Yeah, Blitz, you're right.
Kids are I saw when I was flying back from Indy this past Sunday, and I had this band from somewhere in Dallas on my flight.
Oh, the marching band.
The marching band, and they just all look like a bunch of they literally got out of bed 5 minutes before they had to be
socks
at the
and
gate.
slides.
They put some slides and sweatpants on, and like I'm bothering them. Like it's like a real big chore to get through the airport, and like it's a hassle. And it already is a hassle, but they make it worse. They make it miserable. Just the vibe they create is just one of negative.
Yeah.
Right? Bunch of unkept little. I hate today's youth.
Well, they were already lazy, and then the pandemic happened, and then you were like a hero if you stayed home and did nothing and gained 1,000 pounds.
A Trump indictment over mishandling classified documents is now a real possibility. I'm sure that we'll break this down. Me, Brent, and Babyface. It'll be probably a major part of our conversation. Today's after show starts at 10:15. I'm right, you're left. We're screwed. Me, Hatley, and Babyface. But they're really gonna. It looks like they're gonna get him on something, doesn't it? I mean, they're leaning, or that's where they're headed, and they're saying they're going to try to get them like on an espionage kind of deal. And how does the president, isn't espionage for like spies and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's under the Espionage Act, and it includes like mishandling classified documents, and then that would render him unable to take any political office or run for any political office.
So this has nothing to do with him doing jail time or anything. This has everything to do with him
possibly
not being,
I don't know.
No, I think it has more to do with him not being able to
be
a
absolutely. That's the ultimate objective.
It appears that Trump allegedly held on to top secret records that originally lawfully produced after the return had been demanded by the National Archives. Now there's also conflicting reports that Donald Trump's people were working with the National Archives to get this back. There's all types of proof of communication.
Like it was in progress.
And that they had National Archives and various other agencies has told the Secret Service that worked for Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago detail to secure and put an extra lock on where these records were kept.
Well, they put the lock on.
And they did?
Yeah, well, no, they put the lock on. They were down at Mar-a-Lago and put the lock on themselves.
Okay. So if they put the lock on and they know that it can't be, they're gonna know, Blitz, whether that's been tampered with or not, right? I mean, I'm thinking, and they're like, okay, then can't they just come they've secured what they wanted, go back, get the necessary paperwork and search warrant and federal judge to sign off on that, and now you go back to the area that you locked, you can see that it wasn't tampered, you go in and get the stuff, and you get out of there. Or why don't you just have somebody supervise one of Trump's Secret Service guys taking that stuff and giving it to you? Do you need how many agents were there?
I think they said 30.
And they were in Mar-a-Lago for what, 9 hours?
9 hours, something like that.
And I guess they wouldn't let the lawyers watch. They made them like stay outside.
Listen, let's just say for argument reasons that Donald Trump indeed has something that could potentially be a problem. Okay. Let's assume that they're not going to, even ask for a search warrant and go through this dog and pony show had they not knew that they were going to get something. The way they went about it was really horrible. And just mostly because we've been through this type of situation before, as recently as Hillary Clinton, and we handled it much differently then.
It wasn't handled at all.
So, I mean, if people didn't have something to compare this to, then this wouldn't probably be as egregious, right? But since we do have something to compare this to, basically let's not really worry about it, Hillary Clinton situation, then that makes this even more. I don't care who you like. I don't care if you're right, blue, red, green, whatever. I think this is way overstepping. And I mean, I think that if anything, if Trump can make it through this, I think that this gives him kind of a martyr feel that he much needed for a possible reelection.
Oh, I think Don Jr. was talking about how after this he raised more money than he ever has or any potential political candidate has ever raised in like a day.
The warrant obtained by the FBI to search former President Donald Trump's office and resident at Mar-a-Lago has been public, and it's a shocker. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but it could be a big one. The case where Trump can't escape legal accountability. Appendix B of the search warrant states that the warrant is to search for evidence of violations of Espionage Act 18, U.S. Sections 793, and 2 other statutes. What did former President Trump do to be considered in violation of the Espionage Act? It appears that Trump allegedly held on to top secret records that he originally lawfully possessed and after their return had been deemed by National Archives.
This is Don Jr. having a meltdown. I don't know if you saw this.
I don't have nearly the amount of respect for this guy as I did a few days ago.
Oh, right. Oh.
I mean, seriously.
Sorry.
I think
they wanted. Have they done this? But no.
I think the Trump camp needs to get on. I think they all need to get on the same page, and I think they need to do their research. Actually, what Donald Trump tweeted a few days ago, and you guys all know what I'm talking about, it really kind of pissed me off that they're that uninformed, right?
Yeah.
That you're that uninformed, that you don't do your due diligence, and you're going to say these things with not even knowing what you're talking about. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You've not done your research. Clearly.
My father says that he would have given them what they wanted had they done this, but no. They needed the FBI hostage rescue team, the HRT, their elite tactical unit, and 30-something...
If I'm Donald, I stop all of anybody that's related to me. I shut them up. Because the message that I want delivered needs to come from the source.
Oh, and it has.
And
but Don Jr.'s always done this, though.
I know.
I mean, he's cut from the same cloth as his
I know.
Agents to show up to my father's home, where they then wouldn't allow or didn't want any lawyers present, right? Because I'm sure, given all of the examples of totally above board stuff that the FBI does, that's totally great, right? Like, I don't know. If I'm the FBI, you want someone's lawyer there so that there can be no other claims later on. But, honestly, they don't care. At this point, given all of the things that they seem to have fabricated or lied about and all of these things, guess what, folks? There's exactly zero equal justice under the law. You know what? Pro tip for life. This is an ultimate life hack. Become a Democrat. Then you can do whatever you want with no accountability.
Yeah. I think we need to take that advice.
What you eating?
Go Biden.
No legal
Cashews.
Nice.
Action. They'll just leave you alone. Okay? But you needed the HRT to...
Blitz, we need to become Democrats because they'll leave us alone. Go, Joe, go.
Exercise this warrant at Mar-a-Lago. Give me a break, right? Again, Hillary can bleach 30,000 emails and take Hammer's 2 phones. Nothing shady about this, folks. But Trump says he'd cooperate, and they still have to show up this way. You know why? Because they're there to intimidate you. They're acting...
I mean, I will tell you, the IRS,
FBI,
the United States government just hired 86,000 more IRS agents.
87.
That's not to be friendly.
No.
And they now are arming each major agency is now going to have a SWAT team bureau within its agency where it can send out its Blitz Ks and Pat McCovern's fully armed and seize your property.
Like the fascists we've been seeing them be for the last few years, folks. And for all the Democrat talk about Republicans being fascists, these are the guys acting like it.
I used to like you, Donald Trump, till a few days ago, Junior.
Yeah.
Me a break. Okay? They wouldn't look at Hunter and deals in China or Ukraine or links to Russian oligarchs with links to Putin or links to human...
See, even if you're a Democrat, those are... maybe I'll ask Babyface today, and then, okay, why didn't they make a bigger thing about the Hunter Biden stuff? Why didn't they make a bigger...
Biden is part of the establishment.
I know. Why didn't they?
Trump wasn't.
Human trafficking.
Called them out.
And literally videotaped evidence of him saying that the Russian mob may have his laptop. No. That was Russian disinformation. But we need the HRT team to go to Mar-a-Lago. It's intimidation, folks. And the number one thing we can do to save America...
I don't know that anybody can intimidate anybody that the commander-in-chief is disheveled and as frail as ours is. And I know that doesn't mean that the agents that work for him are frail and, weak, but your leader's weak looking, right?
Absolutely.
You don't think the rest of the world and the leaders are thinking, we're only as strong as our leader in the eyes of the world.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's just our figurehead. I really don't think he's pulling the strings.
No, I agree, but I think that the rest of the world may think that we're, kind of off our rockers.
Oh, it's a bad look.
Right.
He represents the country. The country looks weak.
Right.
And prevent us from becoming the dictatorship that these guys would like is to drain the swamp and fire all of the bureaucrats. Enough is enough, folks.
Hold on. You had a chance to drain the swamp. Isn't the current FBI director the one that Trump appointed?
Christopher Wray?
No, that's.
Are you sure?
CIA? I always forget.
Are you sure that the current FBI director is not the one that Trump appointed? Just food for thought. Might want to look into that. I know my face looks fat. I shaved.
This stuff will never end until we do something about it.
Now, Blitz, I'm telling you right now.
It is.
If you appointed a guy, and that guy is trying to now ruin your world, and you're the guy to put, is there no more loyalty or old school or anything left?
Well,
or are you just trying to save your jobs and now suck Biden's D?
Well, I mean, maybe it was lawfully approved, and maybe they should have rated it, but the fact that they're just not treating people equally is my main issue. Like, there's been no investigation into Hunter or the Clintons or anything.
They're like, Bubba, how can you be that? You can't.
So why
be
are
that.
they overlooking that?
Well,
Obviously,
Bubba,
there's a
you
reason.
can't be that dumb. Well, what's dumb about that question? Saying, if the FBI is the agency that did this, I mean, okay, you're saying that the AG or somebody above the FBI director is the one that made this happen, and the FBI director couldn't have said, no, I think it's a bad look, and this could be a huge problem? I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, I was appointed by Donald Trump, but fundamentally, don't use my agency to come in here and do your political dirty work, because you've not done this with other people like the Clintons and other things, or the current president's son. So this could be a crap storm for us, which could, at the end of the day, hurt the party that you are in. Or does he just sit there and take his marching orders?
Right. Well, he is at the behest of the president. He works for the president. He's the FBI is their main client is the president. So the president can do whatever he wants. He can. That's what happened with James Comey. He's like, well, I don't like you working for me, and he was outed by Trump.
And they're going to get to a point where we're not going to be able to. So now is the time to push back.
Blitz, if I was a president, I'd make you probably my FBI guy, because I think deep down you got my back.
How long until I volunteer for that one, too?
Hello. I don't understand what that means.
Well, because when you were going to be the mayor, I was going to be the vice mayor, the police chief,
oh, yeah, you got
the garbage
downgraded.
man,
Your special ops.
Your head usher.
No, your special ops, Blitz. They're not going to even your special ops.
Ooh.
Oh.
When I'm the mayor.
That's like not even on the books.
Exactly. That's
yeah.
I mean, aren't you that kind of guy? You want to have a lot of power,
Off the grid.
but not be, you want to be kind of
off the grid guy.
But you got full blown, I mean, you're like above the police department. Police chief answers to special ops. Please. Hello.
Oh, it looks like
if I become mayor, you can be whatever you want.
So
okay?
it looks like Trump wanted to oust Ray.
He
and
wanted
replaced
to.
him, but then his attorney general William Barr threatened to resign, so Trump backed down.
Hello, who's this?
Oh, Droopy Dog.
It's Mike.
Hi, Mike,
Sure.
which isn't really your name, but that's fine. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah. No, I was wanting to. I was listening to you talk, and I was wanting to provide some information.
Love to have it, buddy. Go ahead.
No, honestly, they've been requesting those documents from Trump for the last year and a half. And so that's why they gave them every opportunity to turn them over, and they didn't.
If that's the case, I think the raid makes more sense.
Wait, hold on. Didn't they give him 15 boxes back before that, and there was another 15 boxes that were left there?
They did.
Okay, so they did give them back, though.
I mean, hold on now. But if they now hold on, I'm getting information as it's coming in here. I don't know a lot about that. I'm the dumbest guy here. But the fact that if they requested this a year and a half ago and Trump's people gave them the first 15 boxes and had started that process, then I'm leaning a little more Trump right now.
They gave him the 15 boxes, but they didn't give him everything.
But why in June then, when they went down there to check on everything, didn't they take him at that point and locked him up?
Well, Well, that there.
Hold on, buddy.
They did.
Listen, this was a dog and pony show, and it's doing exactly what it was intended to do, and that's to get us all riled up, and that's what it's doing. And it's to dirty the other. And don't think that Donald Trump isn't guilty of doing it as well. I mean, I don't know that Donald Trump would have done anything different.
No, but but listen, they put that lock on there they did a foot willy on them because they said you need to put a lock on there, and then that made them know that has to be classified documents, and so they were doing something wrong by them agreeing to put the lock on the door.
Well, here, I don't know where this heads next. Listen, buddy.
How's it illegal to put a lock on it?
Does this go to does this become a congressional inquiry? Does this become, just a straight investigation and they come and handcuff Donald? Like I'm asking you, sir, your opinion on where this goes next.
Oh, they indict him. They make it a big deal, and then they indict him so he doesn't run again. Absolutely.
Okay. That's where you think you're going with it. And I think that's probably what they want. I don't know if it's going to happen that way, but I think that's what they would like.
Right. And then before he left office, he requested a bunch of documents. A bunch of documents that he wanted to declassify. It was the Crossfire Hurricane, the Russia thing, and so they weren't going to allow him to let everything be classified. And so what that point was that he knows the declassification process, and there's a bunch of documents that he wrote back to the National Archives about that. All back in January of 2000. Well,
at the end of the day, if he is a president and he can declassify things, then I think that's just the way the system works, regardless of who the president is. I don't know that he did anything wrong there.
There's some things you can declassify. There's some things you can't as a president.
Again, you might be right, but does this require the dog and pony show that went down when we have other examples of other politicians and the Clintons and Hillary and the Benghazi stuff and the servers and the emails that are just as egregious potentially as what Donald Trump did, and it wasn't near the dog and pony show. In fact, it was a non-factor. So we have something to gauge this sort of potential inquiry. We have something to gauge it by, and this wasn't what they did in that situation. But on this particular situation, they decided to make it a dog and pony show. It's only time's going to tell as to whether this backfires or sticks. I think that's what we're probably all waiting for. Does this stick or does this backfire? That's the only two outcomes that's going to happen. It's not going to just go away and people aren't going to remember it. It's either going to stick or it's going to backfire on the Democrats.
And I see your point. FBI, though, kept everything quiet. That no one knew that there was going to be a raid. We didn't know that there was going to be a raid until Donald Trump posted something on social media.
No, I don't think that there was going to be a raid I don't think anybody knew there was going to be a raid until there was a raid, buddy. I don't think Donald Trump posted prior to the raid that there was coming. They were coming to raid.
Yeah, they didn't know. The FBI didn't leak anything. They were quiet. They wanted to keep this as quiet.
But did the raid happen?
Right, but
okay, then it doesn't matter who said what when. If the raid happened, we're talking about the raid. We're not talking about who knew about the raid, who tweeted about the raid. That's a non-factor. We're talking about the raid in itself. Period.
Okay.
I mean, right?
No.
What does it matter who knew about it and when they knew about it? I mean, it doesn't make it. You're either going to raid the guy's house or you're not, and they raided it, and so now. It's either going to be a political windfall for them because they catch Trump on some stuff that sticks, or they don't have the stuff that will stick, and they look stupid. And they just handed the White House to Donald Trump because he will play this to the tilt, and it will work for him. People will rally behind him for this.
Yeah, and I see your point with all that, but I would think that they would know all of that, and the judge and
well, first of all, hold on. Burn a timeout. You think Joe Biden has the ability to think long term like that? I got to disagree with you, buddy, because he's a buffoon.
No,
please.
No, well, I wouldn't disagree with you on that, but I think there was a lot of people involved, including the person that Trump, put in the position for the FBI, and they all thought this out, and they knew this was going to be a storm, and
I think Pelosi knew about this. I think who's the old guy that's always right there when he signs, or the other senior, the guy.
Chuck Schumer.
Chuck Schumer knew about this. This is all their little world that they're the little game that they're playing, and you know what, buddy? It might end up working out for him. It works out for him if some of this stuff sticks on Donald and he gets indicted. Then it worked. It exactly worked.
And there's other things that they're saying that there's an informant inside there that let them know about these classified documents being just
all right. Well, that's not illegal. I mean, that's a problem within Donald's world. That doesn't really matter to the American public. If Mar-a-Lago has a mole, that means nothing to the American public. That's a Donald Trump deal.
Right.
Who knew? Listen to me. Who knew? Who leaked it? When they knew? None of that matters. The fact is that they raided a very, very fairly close proximity office former president, and they raided him in the middle of the night. And the optics don't look that good, to be honest with you. Now the optics get better for the Democrats if indeed there's that big red herring or smoking gun document that makes Donald look like a real piece of crap. Then they
don't care if it makes him look bad. They just do not want him to run again in 2024.
But if for some reason this ends up being not the event that they thought it was, it doesn't bode well for them, especially with the midterms coming up. Within weeks.
Right. No, and I get it. No, I understand. It's just all this public stuff that's being said. Once they get under oath, they plead the fifth and they don't tell the story. So
it's going to be interesting. I don't know how this unwinds. I don't know where this goes. I don't know who. I don't know if it goes to a Senate in a hearing, to a congressional inquiry. I don't know. I don't know where this goes. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes, nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely. And if he had, nuclear codes or things down to provide or classified information of top secret CIA.
Well, first of all, listen to me. If he had nuclear codes,
they would not wait that long.
Listen to me, buddy. If he had nuclear codes, one, they wouldn't wait that long, and two, as Blitz will probably tell you, the millisecond that he was no longer the president, they had about 75 Blitz Ks in there changing the codes to the new administration. I mean, Blitz, am I not right? The minute that, Joe Biden is officially sworn in, Donald Trump no longer has the codes to anything like that.
It was the nuclear information for the Saudi Arabia. When we provided technology to Saudi Arabia, this was additional information for that.
Great. Listen. We'll see how this all works out, my friend. We're in the, sifting through the nonsense to get to the good stuff phase, and only time will tell where this is headed.
No, I totally agree.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, Blitz, am I not correct? With, the ability to launch a nuclear missile and has a couple different layers to it.
Yes.
One of which the president has like this football they call.
Yeah, the briefcase football deal.
And, if you're no longer the president, Clinton didn't have access to that football, didn't have access to the code.
Away, yeah.
Yeah, they take your football away. Mm-hmm. Now, if Donald still had his football, his nuclear code football, that might be a problem.
That'd actually be kind of funny.
I don't think it probably was hooked up anymore. I'm sure they disarmed it. I'm sure they cut his Wi-Fi off on that deal. Turn the Bluetooth off. It is certainly going to be interesting to see where this all heads. I think if we were to all predict around here, I think it ends up being it does not take Donald down, and I think it rallies Donald.
It emboldens him.
What do you think, Anna?
I agree with that. I think they're going to have a hard time finding something to nail him on. Maybe not, but I think that this is going to embolden his base even more. So we'll see. But I think I don't think this was the move.
Lummy?
I think they're just doing a wrap up smear tactic, and I think that it will pretty much go away. and it won't hurt Trump.
Blitz, over to you.
I think they're gonna find something small to like hem him up on.
Really?
Yep.
But like a real chicken shiz kind of deal.
It'll end up being locked up in court battles for years,
Right.
and he'll never really like nothing will ever come of it. But
It'll be a real chicken shiz, and it'll take a significant amount of time to get it to go away, and then the election will have.
he can't run because of the ongoing
Because of the chicken shiz
issues.
deal.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you.
Yep.
So that's why you see DeSantis really pressing the gas right now. Would you guys not all agree?
Yeah.
DeSantis is really pressing the gas. Really. DeSantis could be like, I didn't even want to run for 2024. I wanted my good friend Donald Trump to do that. But he's hemmed up on a chicken shiz deal, so I'm going to be your next president. I'd vote for him. Hell, I'll tell you right now, I would vote for DeSantis before I would Trump. I like DeSantis more than Trump.
He's more has better professional decorum.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's exactly what I was trying to say, and I could have never come up with
got
that.
you, Bob.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. You demonize,
We're behind
and then
too,
you
by the way.
we call it
Silky
the wrap-up
Milkies.
sneer. Self-fulfilling prophecy. You demonize, and then we call fulfilling.
See, Nancy explains.
In 2017.
What's that?
In 2017.
Right, in 2017, Nancy was laying it all out. When you want to really, bury a guy, smear him, if you will. There's a tactic. There's a tactic within the House of Cards, politicking world of Washington, the District of Columbia. It's a whole nother ecosystem. We don't even know how dirty that ecosystem is.
And I love it.
As dirty can get.
Of course.
And Nancy's as dirty as they come. Yep. Straight filthy. This bitch is
filthy McNasty with huge jugs.
You don't serve that long and get as powerful as she has.
You don't have some skeletons in the closet.
And made as much money. She entered Congress worth about like $5 million, and I think she's worth like $300 million. Something like that.
No idea.
Hey, Alexa, how much is Nancy Pelosi's personal worth?
I'm having trouble hearing.
Okay.
Can you say that again?
Nancy Pelosi's personal worth. See, she's just like the Democrats. As soon as they don't want to hear something, then they ignore you. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Bubba? I just sent over a picture to Lummy. I figured you'd like it. It's got the FBI director.
Picture of your wife's jugs?
Yeah, it's pretty close to it, but it's got.
That's what would get. Lummy, that's what would really truly excite me.
Of course, those only gonna cave though.
But it's got Ghislaine Maxwell massaging the feet of the FBI director on Epstein's plane, and she's got her silky milky just hanging out. So
nice. I like when they hang like that. I like to hang.
You cannot lie. You cannot lie that even though she's a wicked woman, dang man, she got like a set of Diacos on there, man.
What? Ghislaine Maxwell?
Check it out, man. I don't know if he's able to show you from Twitter, but I sent it over.
It's the same picture that was. Well, it's the
I've
same
seen it
picture.
before.
Yeah, you've seen it before, just not the FBI.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the Ghislaine Maxwell potential hang and jug shot. Thank you. You know exactly. You know what? You are Bubba Army because you know exactly what I want to see.
Yeah, we should break.
Hello. We'll break here
Hey.
soon. Might as well run behind.
Greg from Texas. How's everybody doing?
Good. We're running way behind. Going break. That's
I'll make it
the
very
honest
quick,
executive
very quick.
producer skills coming out. Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Very quick. The D.C. courts are the most liberal courts in the country. If this thing goes to trial, he doesn't have a chance. Number two, the IRS is going to go after land. The first people they're going to go after are the big landowners, the farmers,
Oh, thank God.
agricultural.
Hopefully not the radio, guys. I'm in trouble.
You're safe.
See you later. Let me just play this real fast on it, then I'll go. And I know
All right,
you're
I
not
gotta
going.
pee. I gotta pee.
I know you're not. Go pee. Go pee. I let you off. Go pee, especially because you wear your Florida News Network shirt. Go pee.
You sure?
Yes, I'm demanding
He
that
means
you
in
go.
your seat right there.
No, Blitz,
I'm
I do
confused.
not.
Is this a
I'm not
test
talking
that I'm
what
about to fail?
I'm not talking about your Saturdays, Blitz. Peed. No, Anna.
Is this a test? Am I?
No,
Go.
go.
Okay.
I'm saying go because I'm going to play this old wrinkled bag, raisined up bitch from California, and you're going to go pee. You hate her. I don't think you like Nancy Pelosi.
I do.
Fulfilling prophecy. You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this, so they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident.
Wow. I mean, so what they do is they do a thing like the Donald Trump FBI deal.
Or the Russian.
And then
Russian collusion.
Then they have, a couple of their little media friends. So this little media guy who thinks that, Nancy really likes him, and he has a personal tether into her. He thinks it's a special hookup, reports it the way she tells him to report it. And then she goes back on and say, look how, Adam McGillicuddy here printed this. And, if the media's reporting it, then it has to be true.
Yep.
When they started it.
Big time investigation.
They started it. They provided the info. Then they used it, as she called it, merchandise. They merchandised the wrap-up smear.
Well, it's kind of like the PP tape that they said they had on Donald Trump. Some news reporter came out.
Had a PP tape.
Yeah.
Like of his PP?
That with another woman might be peeing on her, things like that.
Oh, cool.
But they did an investigation and it never came out.
Blitz, don't you want to see the Donald Trump PP tape?
Sure, why not?
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
I want to see the Donald Trump motherfucking PP tape.
Well, I guess the guy just made it up. It was.
All right, so have I done stamps?
No, you only light
Are you
stream.
sure?
Yeah, only light stream.
Let's do a stiz, okay?
Yes, sir. Bubba, there's new.
I may have to piss too.
New article on Jackson House today.
Involving me?
I can't read the article because I don't have a Tampa Times subscription.
You can go along. Oh, yes.
He's clip poser, 27 months.
We need to get a hold of this fucking. You need to get a hold of the guy who wrote this, Paul Guzzo. And remind him
that you wanted to purchase it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I should run for mayor if that thing falls down.
Yeah.
That'd be better for me.
All falls down.
Good morning, Seminole Snowman. What's up, 67 Scout? Roberto Perez. Let's read it for.
Baby girl, you know that one. Who's coming to Bubba 199? At all the
Orange Skazooter? Yeah.
usual cast of characters?
With a big
Big
buck.
cunt.
A big buck.
Oh, sorry.
Is there a kicker? Morning Hall of Famer A.D. McGillicuddy raised his Kiss Fan 1975. Bubba Army Mom, good morning. What's up, Catastrophic? Boomer 886, 4 butts. Morning Deer around 246. Thank you, 67 Scout. I'm gonna urine next week if that's okay. Is that okay?
What?
So I was gonna.
I guess
use
getting
the
it
restroom
out.
next break.
Yeah.
Good morning, Possum Trot. My car, I have no idea where you sent that either, so.
I like that new label you got on that fridge.
Who put that on there, by the way?
I did.
Thank God.
I printed it out with your new label maker yesterday.
Well, give me my new label maker so I can start fucking having fun with it.
All right.
That looks badass. Well, you gotta teach me how to do it.
I'll teach you how to Dougie.
Good morning, Bubba Factory Fun.
Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie.
Black Guy in Cali, 22 months.
Hi.
That sticker is not in my photo, so it was done after I.
How late are we? We're fucking late.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you, and then a pee.
I said it twice and you ignored me. So I was like, okay.
No.
I messaged Lemmy. I'm like, he heard me, right? And Lemmy's like, yeah, I heard you. I was like, okay.
I know.
I do a big boy fucking shave job.
I know.
I missed the gym today. I shaved. Looked fat as fuck.
No way, Bubba. You look really good.
I gotta do 800 shows today. I gotta do fucking 200 shows today.
If you wanted, right?
Yes.
What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
Lummy, did you
You feel like you're being like a dick saying no. Like when you
Did you? Tell them we're bringing the smart car.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Did you get me a generator now?
For the smart car?
I told him yeah, I mean the generator.
I don't need a generator for the smart car.
Yeah, I told him just.
Well, you know what I'm going to do is
for
I'm
the
going to take
crackers.
that jump box you gave me and just keep it on.
What
motherfucker? What?
Oh, God.
What?
Bubba, I'm uncomfortable.
To me.
Well, can you pay attention to what I'm talking about?
I'm
uncomfortable.
Listen to Bob.
Uncomfortable.
While you're getting your ass eaten.
Yes.
Will you pay attention?
I am.
I'm thinking about that the battery would be okay on the smart car if I just hooked up.
Are you bringing just a smart car?
No, I'm not bringing just a smart car.
Okay.
I got to transport others.
Oh, okay. But you're bringing the cream machine though.
No, I'm not going to bring the cream machine.
Okay.
I was just going to bring the smart car.
What is to say, redneck?
Okay.
And I think that your jump box hooked up to the battery would keep it.
Yeah.
You know, for 2 hours. We're going to be out 3 hours. Just keeping the lights on.
Or just let that battery
Yes, I'm allowed to
go
drink
and then
coffee
use
in
the
my
jump box
fasting
to
time.
restart.
Yeah,
Coffee,
either one,
water,
yeah.
tea is okay.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios. It's the Stamps.com. Let me. There's a promo code on that deal. What is it?
Promo code Bubba.
You just can't drop what you're doing and make a run to the post office or UPS every, few times a day. If you're mailing and shipping out stuff like we do at BubbaArmyMerch.com. Stamps.com is your 24-hour access, 24 hours, 7 days a week access to the post office and the UPS store. Skip the headache and make sure you sign up with Stamps.com. It saves you time and money. And for more than 20 years, Stamps.com has been an indispensable tool for over 1 million businesses. They give you access to the post office and UPS shipping services that you need right from the privacy of your very own computer. 30% off post office and up to 86% off UPS. All you need is your regular computer and printer. No special supplies needed. It seamlessly interfaces with Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and even more. You can even order your shipping supplies through Stamps.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Don't mail and ship the hard way. Sign up with Stamps.com today. Sign up with my promo code Bubba for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale, no long-term commitment and/or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Click on the microphone on the top homepage and type in Bubba. Great client. They just re-signed too, and it's because you, Bubba Army, use Stamps.com. Thank you for that. So, Lummy, you got your official roster for Bubba 199. I don't know. I think that you keep getting interrupted.
Yes, that kind of happens.
We squirrel each other. It's like, hey, look over there, and then we start talking about that. So maybe everybody should just shut up and you tell us. I know we have one Nash.
Well, there might be a second Nash.
It's like an update.
Yeah.
What?
Got squirreled.
Second Nash might be able to
Jeremy's
come.
coming?
No, yeah, Jeremy's 100% in.
Oh, but
who?
Jeremy?
Oh yeah, Jeremy.
No,
Justin was locked in.
Justin is locked in.
That's what I
With
thought.
the young boy.
Jeremy, the young boy, the one that's 1 minute later.
Yeah.
1 minute younger.
Yeah, the number 2.
The guy, there's an inside dog Nash and an outside dog. The outside dog Nash, the one that can get up on a ladder and wire stuff and everything like that, and it's not Johnny Right Click Cadman. Cadman is Jeremy.
Yeah.
Outside dog, industrial strength, porch dog
Is Justin. Yeah.
Justin's locked.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I
Jeremy
thought.
is a potential now +1.
Oh no, just him.
Jesus,
just
you're
the
so
two, the
stupid.
two Nashes.
You're
the,
dumb.
No, the 2 Nashes. I never said a
You're
+1.
dumb.
Who said
High
+1?
five, Girl Scout. You're dumb.
Wait,
Wind it up.
You're dumb.
You get a point
Wind
out
it
to
up.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
She's got big OTs.
You're bald.
You're bald.
You're bald. You're bald. Sorry.
High five, Girl Scout. You're dumb. You're dumb. Wind it up. I just love her so much. I can't get enough of her. I don't care if she's fake, she's real. I just love her.
Yeah, Lobby, we keep getting squirreled.
You're dumb. You're dumb. By the way,
Are you writing that down?
I'm so into her that I even know that you're dumb's always. You'll never catch her ticking with a single you're dumb. You'll never find in any of her she may not always say high five, Girl Scout. She may not always, but the wind up, it's wind it up, and then it always is followed by 2 you're dumbs, and sometimes the second you're dumb is very pregnant pauses. So she'll go wind it up, you're dumb. You're dumb. Bailey Dupree.
Mm-hmm.
She has Tourette's, and some people are like, yeah, she's faking it. Well, if she's faking it, it is the best. And if she really suffers from that, I feel for her.
Either way, we love her.
Because she's like if you have that condition, you're like a prisoner. You can't really go out to dinner. You can't drive. You can't. They're saying that she can't cook because she wants to smash the eggs.
But she will be a nurse.
Right. I hate to have her trying to find my vein.
Mm-hmm.
You're dumb. You're bald.
You're dumb. You're bald. You're fat. Wind it up, Girl Scout. Big high five.
Could you imagine?
Big OTs. Big OTs.
Do your patient. Oh, jeez.
Hold on. You're next door, right? And she's fixing to come to your place next, right?
Yeah.
And you hear her say, high five, Girl Scout. Wind it up. You're dumb. You're dumb. She's got big OTs. F-men. F-hunter. I'm like, whoa.
I'm walking out.
I'm like, man, I'm not that sick.
Yeah.
So, Lummy, the official, so far, Bubba 199 roster is Big Red and his wife.
No, I'm not sure about his wife yet.
Oh, okay.
But Big Red is a
All
lock-in?
right, so Big
Yeah, Big
Red.
Red's here.
How about Mike Bellagio?
Mike Bellagio's in, no FF.
No
FF.
No FF.
No.
What?
She'll be at the game, though.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now we got a bunch of big. It looks like a sausage factory running
Sure
around
is.
here.
Yeah.
We got 2 Nashes. We got you, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming Ashley because she's got to watch the kid.
Correct. She's not going to be able to be here because Walker's going to have a late night on Saturday, so.
Hold on, Walker. Oh, that's right.
The baseball game.
I thought Walker was raging.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He's having a party at the house.
He'll be hungover.
Walker's already doing ragers on Saturday night.
Yeah, he might as well be.
He will be hungover.
He probably is.
Let me you give him little nips of the Miller Lite.
What, at the game?
Yeah.
No, I won't mean to do it.
No, just
I won't mean to do it.
Lummy,
Yeah.
Lummy, are you giving him little nips? I mean, that's what your dad always did. He gave you a little
Yeah,
nip.
maybe when he's 1, under 1.
Yeah, so
he has to do it by himself.
You can have his first Miller Lite at 1.
Yeah.
Beer before 1, hard liquor after.
Yeah, it's like the baseball playoffs. I'm gonna start spraying it on him. Taking him a bath in it.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got Mike Bellagio.
Yep.
Justin Big Red.
Yep.
We got a double-headed Nash.
Yeah. As of right now, there's a double-headed Nash.
Right.
With the young boy kicker.
Yes, with the young boy Mitch.
So there, the Nash's young boy Mitch.
Yep. Tease.
Tease.
Big Buck and his wife.
Oh,
Nice.
Big Buck and his wife.
Yeah, flying down from
Okay.
North Carolina, and a Henstar.
And Henstar.
And I believe Reagan is coming.
Reagan.
She very much appreciated the invite.
And Merch Crick will be here.
Of course. I'll be here.
Blummel will be here.
We will.
And anybody know is Wizzy going to be here?
I think Wizzy's out of town.
Okay, Wizzy's out of town. So we have we have no Wiz, not a fan, and no FFF?
Nope, we just have a Reagan, Tease, and a Big
Anna?
Buck wife.
That's all we need, really.
Oh, and Merch Crick.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
merch quick. She's
Yeah.
got some tees.
She does got some tees.
Yeah. Put them on display the whole show.
Well, no. See, Big Red and Mike Bellagio are in charge of. If you
The
notice, Anna, they're
rotation.
in charge of rotation. Like
I know, but they like to keep the ladies on camera for the most part.
that's good. It keeps them off.
Right.
Everybody's Big Red and Mike Bellagio'd out. They want to see girls. They want to see Reagan and the Merch Crick and tees and you.
Yeah.
Well, Anna, you're
How are you going to record from behind if you're on the mic?
yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my
I got that one.
What a jerk.
That was so blitzy, was it not? That
Yes.
was just like real dick, snide,
am I wrong?
undercuff. No,
Am I
no.
wrong?
Listen, when you get blitz, it's usually it's the truth, but it hurts. It's a little knife right there, Blitz. When you get
Yeah.
blitzed, it's not that Blitz is not being truthful. It's just that he's being a dick.
The truth hurts.
Yeah.
He's giving you some truth with a side odor of dick.
Yeah, it cuts like a knife.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Take your girl to the chapel. She's wearing white and wants to get wed.
Lummy, are you going out?
Yes, sir.
Going out.
I'm going out real quick.
Will
You
you
need
put my
something?
food in for 222?
Sure.
222, let me say it.
222.
Oh, I gotta do Venmo. I gotta do Venmo.
What are you eating?
Chicken breast, baked beans, and green beans.
Good boy. Good morning, JB4. Am I going to the game? Oh, who is? Good morning, Trickney. Are you coming to the game? Is Trickney coming to the game?
I don't
Good
know.
morning, Radio 11. I know, Trickney's local.
Trickney, are you coming to the game?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Tara.
I want to ask
And-
Bubba where
and-
the chicken sandwich
and Joe
review is from
Pralis?
this week.
Oh,
People want to know where the chicken sandwich review is this week. You have to work till 10. Fuck that. Do I kayak? I have kayak.
Sandwich. Hold on.
People want to know. HS Bubba Fan 69 asks where your chicken sandwich review is from this week.
They're gonna have to watch.
You're gonna have to watch, hoes. Good morning.
I gotta
Mr.
make sure it's
Ganga.
on my phone. Because I gotta edit it real fast.
He's gotta edit it all real fast.
Hold on here. Where the fuck would it be? Okay, here it is.
Are we doing the whole food deal this time? Yes, okay. Looking forward to it, thanks. Anna, love you guys. What's up, HS, both fans? Morning, One Way Willie. See you at the game, Dr. Dan's Blooming Onion Maker. We met him at the Stogies and Cycles thing. What was it called? Whatever it was, in Sanford. I remember. What? Stogies and Mob. Stogies and Mob. I can't hear you.
I gotta edit my fucking shit real fast here. Hold on.
Suck in the odds tub, what's up? See you at the game, Thuggish, Ruggish, and Nerd. So many people are coming, I'm excited. Do I drink coffee while fasting? Yes, I do. Clearly.
Clear.
Too many souls from it. Not attending the game, Iggy. Iggy.
Oh, thank you so much, Warren Buffett.
Buffett? He's not that old. Let's go. Let's go. It is, well, I mean, depends fasting from what? Calories? Yeah. There's nothing in this except fucking water. Brewed coffee. That's not fasting, though. Blah. Coffee is more of a laxative. At least in my world. Good morning, silly and redneck. I'll be at the game too. All the time, Bubba's lost everything. I care. I want to see you, Iggy. I don't drink my coffee with anything. It's just black coffee, if that answers any questions. Ha ha ha. Douglas Fergus nerd. Boo. We want to see you, Trickney.
Editing my chicken sandwich review.
He's editing his chicken sandwich review.
Think he's gonna come into the game?
So I'm gonna get it up.
Thank you, Uncle Fokker.
No way, hot
How about a motherfucking ding dong? Hot Carl. Don't Google him.
Morning, Peter Luck. Here's Jizzugs.
He's got the chin.
Mel Fox of months.
There's UFC on Saturday.
What?
What's his name? Usman is fighting.
We didn't get date on.
Yeah.
You're hot, Carl.
I'm so fucking busy, Lummy. Goddamn.
You're busy, man. You're the fucking man.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. The Trinkets of Knees, 25. Melissa Carpenter Blitz, 500 on the Venmo. I think she's at $2,000 right now.
$2,000.
Almost coming to Barb.
Who is she?
I don't know who the hell Melissa Carpenter is, but Melissa Carpenter
meet her.
looks like she's going to be at Barb because she's only $400 away from being there.
Declare yourself.
Declare yourself, Melissa
Show
Carpenter.
yourself.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all at the Bubba Army. That's the direct link. That's how you give that's the easiest. Melissa Carpenter has come out of nowhere. Preferably like to have everybody to have your money in by the 1st of September. We technically go to the 15th, but like to have you in by the 1st. If you could be so kind. Thanks. Blitz, don't forget that ring email to me today.
I sent it yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Did it come from Blitz?
It would have came from Google.
Oh, it did?
Yep.
I'm going to have to go back and try to find that. Talk about getting screwed. Latest article in the CP Times, the Tampa Tribune, or the Tampa Times, or whatever the hell that is.
Tampa Bay Times.
Is they are effort to save Tampa's historic Jackson house has stalled. They think that they are going to have to probably end up knocking it down now. There has been over $2 million raised.
Well, they've been saying for like the past year or two what they're going to do. They're gonna raise it, tear the building down.
Don't you think
and
that
then rebuild?
Don't you think that this should be a bigger deal? And the fact that I had it lock, stock, and barrel with the Jackson family, had it bought, had a purchase price, had it financed, had plans to and great plans of what I was going to do with it, and was going to. So that was what, 2013 or 2014? When was that? Bubba plans to buy the Jackson house.
I believe it was 2013.
And so, Blitz, in the worst case scenario, we were looking at 2 years. 2 years. So by
2014, January 2014 is when you dropped your plans. So
2013.
Yeah, so 13, 14. Yep.
Yeah, so by 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, it would have been 7 years now old of being rebuilt and restored and helping the community had they just let me do what I wanted it to do, but because it was me. And you don't think that there's a certain amount of blackballness, we hate you factor in this town towards me? When I can't even philanthropically do something like that? Doesn't that just, I'm not trying to sit here and feel sorry for myself, but if that isn't proof in the pudding, listen, I've gotten myself into some situations where I deserved probably the outcome. And I've been on trial 4 times, and I've been arrested. But what if Michael Vick or, I don't know, other bad guys in our community tried to buy the Jackson House? Would they have let him? Probably.
Yeah.
Would they let Snoop Dogg have bought the Jackson House back then?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Would they let
Hello?
Snoop Dogg have bought the Jackson House?
Yeah, hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you about the officer in Miami that ended up dying over, he was chasing a robbery suspect and ended up dying over it.
When did this happen, buddy?
Yesterday.
It was recently. I heard you talking the other day about your 501c and had some money in there or whatever.
Can you turn your radio down, buddy? I love myself. I just don't like to hear me 3 times. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, that's down.
All right, buddy. And you know what? I'll look into that, okay? And if it's meets the parameters of me being able to step in and help the widow, I will.
He was a 5-year officer and 29 years old.
Perfect. I will certainly look into that, and I cannot express my sorrow enough to the surviving family. And as you know, that law enforcement is very dear to our hearts.
Yeah, I saw it on policeone.com.
Perfect.
It's in the news.
I'll look into it. Okay, buddy.
All right.
Thanks. Hello.
Hey, Bubba.
What?
It's Mitch in Georgia. I just want to let you know I seen a clip on a podcast with
You
Bill
saw.
Burr and Martin.
Actually, you saw. I saw.
No, but he did seen it, though.
Yeah, I hate when people misuse seen and saw. It's I saw. Just to let you know, buddy. Just it might help you in a job interview one of these days. Instead of saying I seen it, I saw it.
All right.
Yeah. You're stupid when I correct you.
What'd you
grammatically.
seen?
What did you seen, buddy?
Well, actually, I heard Mark Norman and Bill Burr talking about you.
Who? Bill Burr and who?
Mark Norman.
Oh, was it good or was it I suck, I'm a hack? What was it?
No, they just were talking about the Hogan sex tape and he won $150 million out of it. It was about a 30-second clip. Just thought you might want to hear it.
Did it say that he won $150 million and I got I got pretty much my life destroyed and blackballed from the industry?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Well, they should have said that.
You get screwed.
Yeah, of course I didn't. I think I've had Bill Burr on before. Have I not over the years? Have I ever had Bill Burr on during the Sirius?
He was more of an OAR guy or whatever they are.
Oh, he was?
O and A.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying
He's
to
very
look for
talented,
it.
by the way. I got a lot of. I like
It was,
Bill Burr.
We might be drunk.
Yeah, with Sam Morril.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just looking into it. Okay, I'll probably have it by the next
Do you remember
time.
where in the podcast it was?
Do you know where in the podcast it might have been, buddy?
9 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Look at you, buddy, tracking that down like a goddamn
Under the
hound dog.
Rustler promo at 9 minutes.
Bubba Army.
Love you, buddy. Thank you.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Wrestler promo.
Boy, love you gave me the worst fucking
We had no other knives.
cheap ass fuck. I mean,
We had no knives, but you want me to go try to find more? I didn't want to be late with it.
Lummy, the whole thing is flam. These are the worst knives. These are the worst fucking.
There's no other knives.
George Foreman Grill.
Find me something, baby.
Oh, Hogan. Oh, he did? Yeah. Oh, is this it? Oh, yeah. Roy Wood in the back? He says, sucker. He says, this is all holes. Turns around and he's like, he's back in. All right, fuck it. That didn't happen, but I just gotta...
Damn, no take? We can't take that again, huh? That was just one take.
There's some great ones where they do outtakes where Mean Gene is laughing and someone will say something, and then where he goes, well, what do you want me to do?
You think I should go on their podcast?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a bad idea. And he just gives him this fucking look, and he's like, well, I mean, and he just...
Oh, man.
Even in prison, yeah.
Oh, no.
What?
Does Bill Burr got a podcast?
Yes, the Monday morning podcast.
It's really big, ain't it?
Or is it?
Yes.
What if I was to get on that one?
I don't know. The egg has been good, bad.
That train is close.
In my life, and I think it's going bad again. It's
Try
like
to
Hulk
find-
Hogan. He's going bad again.
Yeah, he was the king,
Except
and then he had
Vanessa's
like
yoga
a sex tape.
Oh, there it is.
Did you see that video of the guy Bubba the Love Sponge?
There you go.
He was like, I told my wife to fuck him, and then the video got out. It was like a whole thing.
I think he sued Gawker over that and won.
Yeah, he won like 150 million or something.
Oh,
I thought that was the other one.
Yeah.
When the wrestler drops the N-word in his promo.
Oh, that
This
is
Saturday
so
night, Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you. And
Oh, that's awesome, Bubs.
like,
Come on and give it to me, baby.
I did. I sent it to you. It's at go to 9 minutes.
All right.
Bubba, I'm looking for knives.
Dude, I'm gonna try to get in contact with Sam Morrell.
Is he big?
He's pretty big.
Bubba, I'm gonna put on your button bar too with this. AJ Hawk mentioned your name.
No, he did not.
I pulled it.
AJ did?
Here's them.
Smells so good,
knives.
Bubs. Let's see.
I
You see
I just-
Sam Morrell?
that's
He's
what- that's
probably.
what we got for you.
You know what? I think Sam Morrell was just in Tampa. I feel like he was.
Hey,
just
Lummy,
in
what
Tampa.
you
that bag, Lummy?
Lummy!
That's the last knife.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did AJ put me over?
They were just talking about the sex tape, and he kind of just he's like,
Where's
didn't his
the-
best friend Bubba Lopes release it?
Who's on
I
that?
think it
AJ?
was last.
Yeah, he blamed it on you.
That's what he thought.
I need both those on clip.
I'll put it on your button bar.
Sam
Do you want these?
Morrell.
Nope. On my button bar?
Where did you get this? Yeah, I cut it. I cut it up.
Well, where's it at?
I'm trying to find a good knife for you. Did Dan bring these?
No,
Or did you?
They've
They're
been
good.
there for- they've been there for months.
These are good quality.
I know they are.
Well, what am I?
But you got a big bag of Sirius in yesterday.
From Scout and Big Ol'?
I had to help the fucking Amazon girl get it out of the goddamn truck.
It's for Anna.
Oh, I'm just fucking with it. It's here.
Yeah.
You put it on ice. Not her.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
Sirius is our energy drinks, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are they zero carb?
Redbeard, Redbeard. What do you mean, Redbeard?
I think so.
Trying to see when Sam Morrell was here.
Goddamn Lummy. This fucking food, I'm driving crazy.
I put it on your button bar, Bubba. It's a short clip. It's just they brought up the Hogan thing, so. But he said your name.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I figured it
But
kind of shows
everybody,
you.
hey, hold on. Everybody thinks what I right?
That's why I pulled it, because it kind of shows you what the outside perspective kind of looks like. They kind of get him squirreled off of it, but I mean, it's still how he thinks it went down. Probably not. He doesn't. It's not a big long clip.
Let's see.
Here. Are they the kind I'm like?
You might like those.
Kiwi guava?
Yeah. You like kiwi and you like guava?
But this is an energy drink, right?
Yeah.
There's no alcohol in it?
No.
No beard.
I don't want to drink
Yeah,
alcohol.
try
like
it.
you.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
try
do all
it.
that.
I know.
Exactly.
How come I can't see
I'm
Bob?
fat-faced. Fat-faced Bubba.
No, you're not, Bubs.
Exactly,
You
John.
look great.
I think I take a ride in the smart car a couple times.
What's that? Corn, cream beans, and chicken
I
breast.
know, I heard you talking about it.
Look at you with your
Maybe Cold
corn.
Freak.
Pretty much
20
the
months,
best
good, good,
vegetable you can
300
eat.
bits.
No. I think corn's the worst vegetable you can eat.
No, it's the best.
Mm-mm.
It's just full of so
Green
many
beans aren't- but
nutrients.
hold on, I know corn's not good, but green beans aren't a bad vegetable.
Corn's not, look, like, corn's a lot better than eating a bunch of other stuff, but, like, yeah, it's not the best vegetable.
But
like,
green
it's
beans
still-
are better than corn, aren't they?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably not with bacon.
Depends on how much bacon there is.
Not a lot.
Yeah, it's a protein.
It's good. You need the fats. Well,
Oh wow.
People
Redbeard 313 with 100 bits.
Well, shaving my face has got me more into my diet because I got to get rid of this fucking fat.
Yeah.
I was a
I
fat
think you're
gal.
in charge. I think you're right.
I was no siding with you. Don't throw away your knife. It's the only one we have for months.
I'll grow it out, I'll get another one.
All of our metal knives are gone as well.
No, they ought to be around here somewhere. I'm sure we can fucking locate them.
I think Lomi took them.
Oh yeah, I got them all. They're all back there with Rhett. I'm bringing them to the baseball game.
You gonna bring a bunch of knives to the baseball game?
Yeah.
Lummy, you better get your have you got your truck cleared out yet, Lummy?
Palm trees are out. I got to take the trash can out that I
Nothing
took
else,
yesterday.
Just the palm trees.
You know, I had a trash can that I left
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love We've had a couple of great days on Twitch, but don't forget, you can skip Twitch. You can skip everything. In Main Venus, direct line, no waiting on the runway, like shooting heroin. Right into the intravenously. Give us money intravenously and skip out the middleman. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. The Bubba Army, I should say. Melissa Carpenter now is only $400 away from going to Barber. Have your money in by the first, preferably. Bubba 199, Friday night, 8 o'clock, Twitch. Hopefully it's huge. Mike Bellagio at the controls. Who the hell's calling me? Hey, Blitz, remember that one city I was talking about earlier this morning?
Absolutely.
How cool would that be?
I'd be all
Oh,
about
my
that.
God, that'd be a career highlight. Woo! For full power Willie, too, not like some class CD with a translator kicker. 100,000 watts, 5,000 feet. 100,000 watts, 5,000 feet.
I want to go there.
Blitz, what is the tallest radio? Like in radio, I think you have to decrease your power the higher your tower. Like it's all an equation. Like, you can have like an 1,800-foot tower and you're licensed to be like 100,000 watts, but you may have to like knock it down to 75,000 based on like there's an engineering equation, right?
Yeah.
Height versus power. But like on some of these West Coast cities that put their antennas on like a 2,000-foot mountain, and then they got towers up there, and so I mean, what's the highest radio stick? Like 4,000 or 5,000 feet, maybe in L.A. Out in L.A.
Probably.
Maybe Denver that's got big mountains. I'm trying to think of cities that's got big mountains around them that might have an antenna farm. And like, I wonder.
Well, there was a lot of places in like the Dakotas that had like super tall towers.
And they're like probably licensed to be 100,000 watts, but they're down to like 22,000 watts because their tower is so high. Because in FM, isn't it all about height? Pretty much.
Yeah. Within reason, yes.
Hey, Alexa, what's the tallest radio tower in America?
It's in North Dakota.
Here's something I found on the web. According to industrytape.com, today's tallest radio tower is the KVLY TV mast in North Dakota, which stands at 2,063 feet, 629 meters.
So that's only that many feet above. Oh, you think it'd be more than that?
But I mean, 2,100 feet on a tower is huge.
Yeah, and think about this: having to go up there and work. Like if you're Ty J and you having to go work on that bad boy.
Yeah.
Those kind of towers have elevators and stuff, though, don't they?
Most of them do. Yeah.
Hello, who's this?
This is the real Buzzard Bob.
What's up, you ass eater?
Yeah, go ahead.
Straight ass eater. Bob, you know it's the ongoing rib. We love you, buddy. You're royalty around here.
I know, Bubba, but damn, it's been going on for 4 years.
I know. You want to stop would you like to put a stop on the ass eating?
Oh, yes, I would love it.
So if you
like, start with you, buddy.
Then put your request in. Put your former request in. I, Buzzard Bob,
will keep my tongue.
Will like
in
to.
my mouth.
Buzzard Bob.
Will would really. am graciously asking.
And graciously asking.
Bubba and the entire Bubba Army.
Bubba and the entire Bubba Army.
And Bubba's smart-ass co-hosts that always try to get little ass-eating gimmicks in.
That's what I'm trying to get into. But anyway.
Will not refer
Bubba,
to me, Buzzard Bob, as an ass-eater from this day forward.
Will not refer to me as Buzzard Bob as the ass-eater because I'm an old 62-year-old man.
And I, Buzzard Bob.
And I, Buzzard Bob.
Will try to back off a little bit on the ass-eating as far as volume.
Just a little bit, though.
I mean, if you eat 50% less ass, then that's a step in the right direction, my friend.
I will back off from the ass eating.
There's a lot of calories in there.
So what do you want, buddy?
But as far as eating ass,
when somebody gets banned in the chat, how long do they have to stay banned?
Bob, have you been banned, buddy?
No, I have not.
Are you asking? Are you asking for a friend?
I'm asking for a friend.
Right. And what did this friend get banned for?
I don't know exactly what he said, but he is a big time Bubba Army.
All right, and I think exactly what he said is kind of important to the whole.
Right.
Well, it is kind of important, but I
mean, if you said Blitz's mom's a whore, he'll probably never get out of it. He'll probably, one, likely die, and two, he'll never get unbanned. If you said Bubba looks like he's got 5 chins today, well, that hurts my feelings, but it's somewhat factual.
I don't get in the chat a whole lot because it's an ass-eating deal every time I try to say something.
Right. Like, oh, hey, Bob, how's ass? How's ass?
So you're saying chat cuts into your ass-eating time?
So anyway, who is it?
I'm talking for Carlos Mandingo.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Carlos is
that unfunny hack?
Carlos Mandingo, isn't he one of the parody guys?
Sure is. Yeah, he's the least funny of all the parody guys.
He was making a joke about Anna or Blitz.
Oh,
well,
hold on.
A joke about me?
Hold on.
Unacceptable.
Wouldn't an educated man realize that is probably the number 1 and 2 people you don't screw with? And if you screwed with them, that you're on. I can't even save you on that one, cuzzo.
I'm still waiting to hear what this ass eater's calling about, though.
Well, he's calling about freeing Carlos.
Oh,
Blitz. Be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, free Carlos.
I saw Carlos this morning.
Well, yeah, he's been in chat all day. So what's your point?
Yeah, so Bobby's not banned.
I ain't been in chat all day.
Oh well, then what are you calling? What are you calling about?
See, Bob, this was very, very good, and the fact that we're trying to make you less of an ass eater. We're trying to have people not talk about your ass eating so much, and Carlos is unbanned. Bob, it's been a great day. I'd play scratch off if I could today, my friend. If I was you, it's a very lucky day for you, Bob. I gotta go.
Louisa Mouse.
Enjoy.
Lummy.
Yes, sir.
Please, that's completely being counterproductive
Right.
of what
We
just
know
promised.
he's going to eat ass. You don't have to tell him.
Yeah. It's given.
Yeah.
Okay, then be careful with the monkeypox.
There you go. See, that's good advice. That's some
actually
sound
funnier.
advice.
It's actually funnier.
Okay, sorry.
Be careful with the monkeypox. See, that's smart.
Yes, thank you.
Damn near lost the belt on the other one.
Oh.
All right, so now, I know a lot of people sit here and think that I'm, Johnny, feel sorry for myself, especially when I talk about the Hogan sex tape. I know you guys, a lot of people don't mind me talking about it. Some people are over me talking about it. Listen, I'm always going to talk about it until I get some type of closure. It's me. It's my existence. It's the way I'm wired. I feel as if I have been so wrongly judged for this particular instance, for this particular situation, for this particular very public situation, one of which went to trial. There was 2 lawsuits, Hogan versus Gawker, which went to trial, and Hogan versus Cox that settled. It would only have made me look so much better and told the other side of this story had the Hogan versus Cox gone to trial. I don't know if that was going to vindicate me, but you know what? It was going to at least tell the other side of the story, because everybody, and here's what's so frustrating, everybody thinks I did it. It doesn't matter if you're A.J. Hawk, former Packer linebacker from Ohio State that now appears daily on the Pat McAfee show, or you're Bill Burr. You got 2 very influential people. You got Bill Burr, who are these 2 other dudes? I think they're very popular too.
Mark Norman and Sam Morril. They're both very popular.
This is what. So you got the comedian world and that world. You got the A.J. Hawk, former NFL, on the Pat McAfee show world. Here's what A.J. Hawk said about it.
Everybody's got a camera. Everyone's got a phone. Still can't find the aliens on their phones, though. True. But I just think it's too hard to get away with stuff right now.
Yeah, I agree. But if you're good enough.
I feel like if you got enough money, you can make anything go away.
So you're thinking, Diggs, if there's a sex tape out there that someone doesn't want out, there's fixers that can shut those things down?
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk Hogan couldn't figure it out.
Whether it be with money or pressure.
That's a weird situation there, by the way, all the way around. I read that book.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that because you'll get sued.
I mean, I'm not talking about it.
See, Blitz, that's why if I come out with something, some people are afraid to talk about this because Hogan's so litigious. People are afraid to maybe look further into this.
But if you're good enough.
I feel like if you got enough money, you can make anything
So
go
like,
away.
so you're thinking, Diggs, if there's a sex tape out there that someone doesn't want out, there's fixers that can shut those things down?
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk Hogan couldn't figure it out.
Whether it be with money or pressure.
That's a weird situation there, by the way, all the way around. I read that book.
I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about that because you'll get sued.
I mean, I'm not talking about it.
I wasn't talking about it.
An alleged incident that happened that he went to court and had the backing of a billionaire. And
there was nothing alleged about it. We saw it.
But here's what everybody thinks is so egregious is the fact that Hogan's litigation was backed by a billionaire. That's not. Everybody doesn't. You're looking at the shiny object. You don't really know what the salacious part of it really is. That has nothing. Financing litigation's been around for 100 years, 200 years. Am I not right?
Yeah.
A lot of a lot of things are backed. I mean, hell, if a lawyer takes your case on contingency, that's the same thing. Am I not right? Blitz, unless you pay per hour, and that lawyer says, listen, you pay nothing and we get 30 or 40% of it, they are financing that litigation, are they not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the personal injury template within the judicial system is based on them representing you for free, and you only get a bill if they win. They chop out their 40% plus expenses, and you get what's left. That inevitably is financing litigation. The lawyer's taking on the debt in lieu of the verdict.
One out. There's fixers that can shut those things down.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk Hogan couldn't.
Let me. This thing was a minute 30, and it ran 3 times the same thing. Did you know that?
No, sure. I mean, because I haven't heard your name yet. He mentioned your name.
Everybody's got a camera. Everyone's got a phone. Still can't find the aliens on their phone.
And then they repeat themselves.
Camera. Everyone's got a phone. Still can't find the aliens on their phones, though. True. But I just think it's too hard to get away with stuff right now.
Yeah, I agree. But if you're good enough.
I feel like if you got enough money, you can make anything
So
go
like,
away.
so you're thinking, Diggs, if there's a sex tape out there that someone doesn't want out, there's fixers that can shut those things down?
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk Hogan couldn't figure it out.
Whether it be with money or pressure.
That's a weird situation there, by the way, all the way around. I read that book.
I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about that because you'll get sued.
I mean, I'm not talking about it.
I wasn't talking about it.
An alleged incident that happened that he went to court and had the backing of a billionaire. And
there was nothing alleged about it. We saw it.
The weird thing is, it was the guy's wife, right?
Yeah.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
He set him up.
Mm-hmm. Why did he set him up with his own wife? Is that just what they were into?
Maybe.
I mean, again, I set him up. I set Hogan up.
So you're thinking, Diggs, if there's a sex tape out there that someone doesn't want out, there's fixers that can shut those things down?
Yeah.
Isn't that almost exactly what he just said prior?
There's a sex tape out there that someone doesn't want out.
Itself.
There's fixers that can shut those things down?
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk Hogan couldn't figure it out.
Whether it be with money or pressure.
That's a weird situation there, buddy.
Again, Lummy, I'm not the one that recorded it. You guys
It sounds like
did.
it's just
that can shut those things down.
I think you just double-tracked yourself, Lummy.
Well, because you haven't let it finish all the way yet.
Oh, so it
Hulk
keeps starting
Hogan
from the
couldn't figure
beginning.
it out.
Whether it be with money or pressure.
That's a weird situation there, by the way, all the way around. I read that book.
I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about that because you'll get sued.
I mean, I'm not talking about it.
I wasn't talking about it.
An alleged incident that happened that he went to court and had the backing of a billionaire. And
there was nothing alleged about it. We saw it.
There it is. I ran it. So it's like it almost kind of double-tracked itself a little bit, did it not?
Yes.
Yeah, no big deal. Hey, no big deal, buddy. How about that reaction?
Because at the end, after they say Bubba Love Sponge set up his wife, blah, blah, and they kind of say like, oh, he did it for the money. You.
Yeah, no, I know who they're talking about. Thanks.
Oh, sorry.
We'll finish off with the Bill Burr podcast and what they said about it next.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Lummy, will you email that to you-know-who?
Yes.
And also get this Bill Burr thing to...
Yes, sir.
Thank you, lover.
No problem.
Lumber.
Oh my God, Elcar Rob and Jeffrey Vaughn. High five, Girl Scout.
Wind it up.
22 months.
High five, Girl Scout.
Wind it up.
Is this the Bill Burr podcast?
No, this is the, what was it, Get Drunk or something? Shit.
Chicken sandwich today at 5. I'm fucking gonna finish my edit.
Wait, I'll just go to where I sent it to you. We Might Be Drunk podcast.
Everybody's big ass nose. Good morning. Never seen that one, Trog. Shoe sheeper grip, ex-gay bitch. What's up? Lumpy boy, 352.
Lumpy.
Hey, Lummy, can we find out what Pat McAfee show this is? Because I'd like to get the visual of this.
Yep.
It would help me to
What I'll do is I'll send that one instead with the visual.
Yeah, can you please?
Yep.
With where it's at?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna try to. I'll cut it up and use it under fair use.
Oh my goodness.
Was that you, Anna?
No.
Fucking beast. Fucking beast.
I'm fucking beast, Bubs. I'm disgusting. Butts tells me all the time. He goes, "You're disgusting." And I go, "Oh my god, you're disgusting." Bitch ass. You're a bitch ass. Okay.
No, it's
Good morning, ex-Gabe Itch. Rudy Giuliani looks like he's been dead for 30 years.
it's a hard life.
I'm like, he looks like he's been 80 for 40 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Listen, he went through 9/11.
He had, I mean, yes.
He was on the streets, sucking all that dust
That
out.
dick. Oh, sorry. Sucking that dick. Sucking that.
Looks like she's 120 with her Botox.
I wish I had some Botox.
Nice. Oh, wait, 1, 2.
Oh man.
Big Country 2988, 110 bits. What's up, I've lost everything. Where are you holding the bat? Flood City with 100 bits.
Drug.
Strippers. Shut up, Hootie His. Is that Hootie His?
Huh?
Is Hootie his Hootie?
Yeah.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Venmo. No, I'm sorry, Cash App. Huge Cash App deal. Jeffrey Vaughn, $100 on the Cash App. Direct line. Thank you. Elkhart Rob, get better, my friend. He blasted us 25 on the Cash App. Thank you. Cash App, Venmo, both at the Bubba Army. Today's after show, IRYWWS. I'm right. Oh, it's phonically said it wrong.
It's okay.
IRYLWS. I'm right, you're left. We're screwed. With the great Brent Hatley with a babyface kicker, followed by a fat-faced Clem. Today about 10:15. This is the Bill Burr. Well, Bill Burr is on...
well, we might be drunk podcast with Mark Norman and Sam Morril.
The ones they heat up your balls and your sperm count goes. That's just like it's like the egg. You know, is it good or is it bad?
Wait,
Milk.
what? What's wrong with the egg?
I don't know. The egg has been good, bad, and good in my life, and I think it's going bad. It's like Hulk Hogan. he's going bad again.
Yeah, he was the king, and then he had like a sex tape or an N-word.
Did you see that video of the guy Bubba the Love Sponge where he was like,
God.
he's like, I
that
told
was
my
brutal.
wife to fuck him, and then the video got out. It was like a whole thing.
I think he sued Gawker over that and won.
Yeah,
by
he
the
won
way.
like $150 million.
No, Bubba the Love Sponge didn't win $150 million.
And they
Oh,
went
I thought
under.
that was the other one.
Yeah.
When the wrestler drops the N-word in his promo.
Oh, that
This
is
Saturday
so
night,
good.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you. And maybe the second he goes, oh, like that. And I just thought, it was so like.
Is that it or is there more?
He was so in
They
it,
talk a
he
little
just
bit about the
forgot where he
wrestling deal,
was, and
though.
I just loved how immediately he was like, oh, God damn it, I said that in front of white people.
He turned down the George Foreman grill. That was brought to Hulk
This
Hogan
guy?
before.
Oh, Hogan.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
You know, I hate when guys try to cool guys' cigars.
I don't think anyone can really pull it off.
No, you know...
Unless you're like a guy in the mafia or something.
Yeah, or like maybe Norman Schwarzkopf. Or, you know, like there's a few people that can pull off a cigar deal, and I don't know that these three
It
guys...
just looks forced.
Look at this guy. He looks like it's like, I don't know. It looks most natural. Bill probably pulls it off the most natural.
Oh, is this it?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Roy Wood in the back?
He says sucker. He says, this is all
Booker
old
T.
school. Oh, yeah, this
This
guy's
guy
the
rules.
Best.
He
Yeah.
committed. Oh, Sally.
Crushing it while getting the pecs going.
I know. I don't think there was a ton of black guys in wrestling either.
All right, I don't know if it gets into the sex tape anymore, does it?
I don't think so.
Okay. But that's what the average person thinks. From Bill Burr to AJ Hawk with a Pat McAfee kicker, right? I mean, everybody thinks that I am a scumbag. I am a scumbag, but not
But for other reasons.
entirely.
Oh.
I mean, listen, would you not agree that in the blame of this tape that I've taken 100% of the blame?
Yes.
And realistically, there are other mitigating people that have taken no responsibility for the blame, got zero blame, and
They've
were
gotten
actually,
zero public shame for it.
and rewarded quite
Some.
handsomely.
Some, yes. But I hear there might be a story coming out that will, tell the story right.
It's kind of like how Saturday Night Live did the sketch too when John Cena was on it.
Oh, can you send that to me?
Well, they've taken a lot off. Like I haven't never been able to find the full one because it's like private now.
We need to find out.
But there's like a little clips here and there, and then they have you.
That might be something I need to use too.
This is just like a 48 second. It was like a 3 minute clip.
Too bad. Somebody has got to have.
Everyone that I see, it keeps saying not available because I think NBC does pretty good
You're gonna feel the
cutting it
tender
down.
embrace of Hulkamania. I've been hanging and banging all week just to make sure you have Hulkasm after Hulkasm after Hulkasm after Hulkasm. Mark this day on your calendar.
Is it one guy, me, and the other ones, and Heather?
Yeah,
because tonight, in front of the sold-out privacy of this here bedroom, you will be reborn as a Hulkasexual. What you gonna do when the 24-inch pythons run wild on you?
Yeah, it was a whole big skit.
Yeah, it was like three minutes.
Lummy, you got to find it.
I've been trying to find it for a while.
I know, lover.
I'll keep working on it.
Pay for it if you need to. IRYLWS. I'm right, you're left. We're screwed. With Britt Hatley and Brian Matroni, and I'm Fat Face Clem. We'll be doing that in about 15 minutes. Man, thank you so much. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal have all been huge today. Thank you. All at the Bubba Army, and it's really easy for the accounting. Melissa Carpenter's only 400 away. Woo! We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back in 15, 20 minutes.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
operations manager and co-host Blitz K,
co-host and show historian Lummix,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council,
co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor,
the BRN agent Thomas Buttoned Up B,
and for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
What do you consider? I mean, I might have crossed the line. No, I don't. I could consider crossing the line. You and I can have as much beef as we want. We never.